What's up, guys? We're back with another stream. I'm gonna be working on this Corpus Coliseum comic. I'm gonna watch this video. Honestly, don't want to watch this video that much. I just clicked on it. I'm kind of tired of this artist used AI this, used AI that. But we gonna do a reaction to this video. Because I haven't ever done a reaction. We're going to cut it down to a YouTube size video. Like a page video. And then we'll get the music going. And try and get that flow state. Start drawing. But there's this channel and there's another channel I see videos from all the time. With the black guy, where he talks about similar stuff like art, drama that's happening online. And she did another video about commissions. There's apparently this company in Indonesia that's like scamming people for commissions and not paying the artists. And I was like, who is even getting commissions? Like, nobody ever hits me up for commissions, and I know it's just obviously it's all VTubers, which I don't even know what that is. But it was like VTuber puppet things, whatever you want to call it. And they were charging people hundreds of dollars, $500 for a commission. And the artist was only getting like a little teeny tiny bit, which is crazy. But anyway, this video is alleging another fake art account. But here's my thing, my first impression. I haven't watched this video, but my first impression is like, this stuff isn't really art. Like, we gotta have a bar somewhere. There does have to be a bar. I'm not into like excluding people from art and this and that, but there does have to be a bar somewhere. Like, come on. And you look at this is the artist that's being accused of using AI. Is like, I wouldn't give a damn what they use, because this is some BS. It's not some BS, but it's just like, this is very low bar art. Like, this is the bar for this is so low. And these are the notes that artists wrote themselves. So they're doing art of autistic virgin. Like, what is that even? That's hurting my brain. What the blood clot is that even? The fuck are they even on? This I don't know, dude. Low key, I ain't religious, but this shit got me thinking of some Sodom and Gomorrah shit. The way, and it's not just this one. It's just the arts community. How there's some type of digital art to furry pipeline that people don't be talking about. But it starts young, and it gets these kids that are into drawing, and then they start only drawing human animal hybrid things. I've taught before, I've had students that are like at the beginning of that pipeline. I don't know, man. I honestly don't consider, I mean, it's art, but like, to me, I don't consider it art. Like when you're an artist, you have, the world there's mad possibilities. You could do everything, and with digital art, it opens up even way more doors for the types of stuff you can create. And then this is what people are choosing to create, and it's everywhere. And it seems like the only people that are paying for commissions and get commission work are doing this type of sexualized bestiality furry stuff. And I might just be too old for this shit, but I wanted to discuss it because I never see nobody talk about it. We all just talk about it like it's normal, but this isn't that normal. It's not that normal. But anyway, let's let the video start. I'm probably not gonna even be able to make it through this video for real.
Around the comments, it seems Helicopter Food, aka Kurotan, has multiple accounts all with the same style, all with their own Patreons, all using the same format for generating high engagement. No clue, monetary gain maybe? Other accounts include Lappa Lil Pup and Frostbite Nerd. So first off, they have similar styles, a same layout, same format, white backgrounds. They are the same person. This is one of the account's Twitter pages. Going by the name Lappa Lil Pup, here is another account going by the name Yuki, aka Frostbite Nerd. And this is the final and main account we're talking about, Kiro, aka Helicopter Food. One thing I also want to note is like this format of pumping out meme related art pieces with the white background. Just because you do that doesn't mean you've used AI. Does not. But there was already a ring of artists that are based in Cyprus that have a really similar MO of pumping out art literally every single day in the exact same meme format. And it was like basically confirmed that these guys were using AI, and it likely was run by like small group of people / one person, and they're all related in some way. So this is something that we've already seen before. But again, like other artists also do this for fun. Just because like you participate in this type of like engagement format of art doesn't mean you yourself used AI. But Wolf points out the handwriting being really similar across the three accounts. So this is Helicopter Food's handwriting versus Frostbite Nerd's handwriting versus Lappa Lil Pup's handwriting. And they note that the way they cross their T's is very indicative.
And here's the thing, like, I draw weird freak stuff all the time. But that's not my main thing. That's not the main thing I do. But I'm seeing more and more digital artists where this is their goal as an artist, is to be able to draw sexy dog ladies and weird shit like that. And it's like, I don't know. I'm not trying to be a hater, but there's some, I don't know. This just be, the fact that she's just looking at these words together with this image, and I don't know, something about that's trigger. Like, it feels like we going down the wrong path with our art. Like, what? Like, what? And she's cat in chat is not even acknowledging that this is some, I guess it's engagement bait. I guess that's
across the three. One thing also that I'm just looking at is that they all seem to use the exact same brush, which is not the end of the world, especially if it is a default brush.
I feel like just this image alone, autistic V word, that should just be, should be it. That should be it. We shouldn't be talking about this person. Nobody should be. Where'd my thing go? Where'd it go? I feel like the AI thing is
brush within the drawing program
to lose credibility, but like I feel like drawing stuff like this with labels like this should cause you to lose credibility. Like, what are you doing?
Kiro uses Paint Tool Sai. There just are probably some default brushes that are more popular than others. It's just one interesting thing to note because this brush is like a pen angle sensitive brush. So as you put your pen down and draw, the brush will be the thickest, and as you end your stroke, the brush is the thinnest, right? So as you can see, as they draw their A, as they pull downwards on the tail, it's the thinnest down here. Now, one thing that I'm also looking at the handwriting that I think is super interesting is they write their eyes upside down. I am leaning over a bit because I'm like too lazy to move my drawing tablet, but I'm using a brush in Clip Studio Paint. It is a different program that has a very similar like drawing style where it, like when you let go or when you go downwards, right? Like the tail thins out right here. They write their eyes upside down, if you notice. Like their eyes look like this, where it is thinner on the top part of the eye than it is on the bottom. I feel like depending on how you were taught how to write, at least from my schooling experience in the US, I was taught phonetics. So you had to like trace letters, right? You are taught to write the I downwards, like going down. So if you were to write it quickly, it would look like this if you were to dot your eyes like that. But they write it upside down where they pull from bottom up, which is much more rare from what I have seen anyways in terms of writing this letter. It's not very common anyways to see that. Especially between this I here in this word and then the I and the frostbite, you can really see the bottom up writing of the I. Wolf continues.
I just can't believe that they're getting this much attention. Like, people are really giving this much attention to this type of BS. Like, come on. They're doing the whole investigation of, like, comparing and contrasting Like AI is a waste of energy and resources, but so is investigating stuff like this. Like, I don't know.
Continues, same art style, same person. Top.
My thing is like, art comes from an artist, and if the artist isn't willing to like put their face on it or kind of be not be anonymous, then I don't know, it just doesn't count as much. Like, especially if you're doing the type of art that's so impersonal. Like, this is very impersonal art. If you're doing like personal pieces and they're expressive and they're you're going in, you know, you're using your own like life experience and pain to create these pieces. I kind of understand wanting to kind of be anonymous and not put your face on the internet and stuff. That has a little bit of validity. But if you're just doing this this cartoony stuff, not that cartoony stuff isn't valid, but it, AI could have made this stuff and it wouldn't have made a difference. Like, this is just cheap consumable art where you just look at it and it gives you those dopamine hits because it's Miku Hatsune or it's the character you recognize, but slightly different. This type of art isn't really offering real value to the world.
Right image was taken from Helicopter, aka Kuro's Trace Speed Paint, and the bottom right image is from their other account, Frostbite Nerd. And this looks to be, I guess, the full image of Frostbite Nerd's drawing. The eye shape is very similar, and the way they draw their eyelid as well, they draw like a line here and they have a little one coming out like this to make like a very sideways looking Y. That's also featured here. They also do like this type of kind of like winged out lashes like this, where you can see, you know, one point here and then one point this way as well. The eye shape is really similar. The face angle is also really similar, with like the head being quite like compressed in a way where the eyes, the nose, and the mouth are all very close together. It's like an art style, right? The angle is also very similar. Playing devil's advocate here, the colors are quite similar, but the shading is different. This person uses like a gradient kind of like under the pupil. This person uses like a half semicircle as part of their shading. One thing to also note though that I find pretty interesting is the brush thickness, and the brush type itself looks also to be the same. Like, the brush that is used to do the line art looks the same between top and bottom, which again, if you use an art program and you guys happen to use the same art program, you might just end up using the same. Was suspended since December. And structure
I can't watch this no more. This shit is whack. Where's my Mandelbrot? Where's the Mandelbrot, bro? Yo, what's up, Haas? So I always missed the chat. Oh yeah, if you're still in here, we could hop on a call in a little bit. I gotta figure out I'll do the levels better so people can hear you from the start. Yeah, I feel like they're doing the type of art nobody would talk about otherwise. It's not the type of art you really like, unless you know it's your furry homeboy. You're not gonna really share that type of art with people because it's like, it's low key embarrassing. It's low key embarrassing to all of humanity. And I'm pretty sure they talked about this type of shit in the Bible. And all the biblical, all the religious texts, they talk about this type of bestiality shit. I ain't gonna lie, I'm not religious, I'm just saying. I think people are charming and animals can be charming too. I like when they're clearly distinct. Like when the dog is clearly a dog and not kind of a dog person. I like dogs that are dogs. Those are the type of dogs that I find charming. personification of animals is one thing, but then it's the direction you go in with the personification. Because even if that was a person, that would have been a weird drawing to have of a person talking about autistic R word. That's crazy. And no, she didn't say nothing about that. She didn't acknowledge that that's wild, and we shouldn't really be accepting that type of stuff in the art community. Like I don't know. I don't think that like I know everything is art, but like us as artists, we're the ones that have the power to like set lines and say what is or isn't. Cause I don't know. I'm just trying to find the music so I can stop thinking about that. I'm gonna have nightmares about that dog. That's the last way I would want to think about a dog. Like what? What? Where's the Mandelbrot, man? There we go.
You. Just you. Building.
And then every ad is a freaking AI ad. Who actually uses Base 44? Because they going hard on the advertising. Alright. Yo, what's up, Kova? Matter of fact, we should be reacting to Kova's video, not this other joint. Not Cat and Chat. Cat and Chat's legit, but she's in a separate bubble. I don't want to be in that art bubble that she's in. I just watched Kova's video about grifters in the comic industry. I didn't finish watching it, so maybe I'll try to watch that on stream. I'm gonna get on Discord in a second. So I have the app. Yes. About grifters in comics. I think that was the video we needed. I used to watch. I think in the thumbnail you had like the two big dudes in YouTube comics, Rippaverse and Ethan Van Sciver, both of whom I've never read their comics or seen their comics in stores anywhere. Not to throw jabs, but I just have never. No, I did read Cyberfrog. I read like a couple pages of Cyberfrog. I don't know what Ethan Van Sciver is doing right now. I don't keep up with their channels because, like I said, I used to watch them when they did comics content. Like when I was in high school, Ethan Van Sciver's channel was very educational. He like was all about the inking and the technical nitty gritty stuff. And then he went on like a villain arc where he started talking about the Star Wars franchise and complaining about Star Wars, and then it turned into like a Republican grifter type thing. And I don't know. I don't hate the guy. I just wish that he would have kept the channel for comics, because we need channels like that. Like a lot of us comic artists learned everything from YouTube, and having like whatever his views are, he is a skilled inker, and he has paid his dues with the comics thing, and he knows what he's doing in terms of penciling and inking. I don't know about Rippaverse. I never really watched his channel much. I wasn't as drawn to his artwork, and it's not like I was drawn to Ethan Van Sciver's artwork either, but for a while it was just like it was him. There was the Jim Lee YouTube channel. Yeah, they both on some. Yeah, I don't know why they get. I don't know if it's like an age thing where dudes just get to a certain age and they have to just talk about politics and other stuff. They can't stay on topic. I don't know, but that was a hurt piece for me when I started like getting on YouTube and it would just be. But I can't even say, because Ethan Van Sciver don't want me watching his channel anyway. So I ain't even gonna act like I care. But he was one of the first guys. Him and Jim Lee were like the first comic dudes that were doing live streams and shit. Before live streaming was even like a thing people did. Alright, hold on. I'm about to get Discord. I think I'm gonna end up shutting this channel, the Discord group down pretty soon. Hello? Testing, testing. Testing. Alright. I'm in the Discord, the stream room. I don't know if you can hear me, Haas.
Oh, I think, yeah. I need to mute you on the video.
Okay, I can hear you fine.
Alright. Sick. What's up, man?
What's good? How are you?
Yeah, not bad. So I figured I'd do a little bit of drawing today.
Yeah, that's what's up. How's the comic coming?
Alright. Like, I didn't work on it for a few days, and then yesterday went to go meet someone. Afterwards, I thought just go to a cafe and draw. I brought my computer with me, and because I quit all my music streaming sites, so I downloaded this once. It's like a music player, pretty much, just to organize actual MP3s and listen to it that way.
Yeah.
And whenever I listened to that, my computer was shut down.
Oh shit.
So, and if my computer unlocked, then the music stops. So I just ended up doing it so that, okay, even if I close the thing, don't stop the music. And I've had it on that setting for like a week or two. And I go to the cafe and my computer's dead because it's been on for like 24 hours.
Yo, it's...
Like, I brought my sketchbook with me, so
Oh, that's what's up.
managed to get some stuff done.
Yeah, I haven't been on the music services for like a couple of months now.
Okay.
It's kind of tricky. You gotta figure out like workarounds. I was using Winamp. It's like an MP3 manager for Windows. It's like an old school one.
Yeah, I remember.
I had it on. I did like a retro stream where it was like I was using Windows 2000 and playing. The Winamp has like that retro visualizer.
Yeah.
But I don't have like downloaded music. I've been trying to like build up my library.
Right.
That's the hard part, is just downloading music and trying not to get viruses.
Yeah, I found a good way to do it though.
Yeah.
I found it on Reddit. There's this like it's like you know, you have the command prompt on a computer,
Yeah.
like the black screen where you put like code and shit.
Yeah, the terminal.
There was there's like a way where you can move, like you copy, if you make a playlist with all your songs in it on Spotify, if you copy the link for the playlist, you put it into a website called, what's it called again? Sick or something like that. Basically, yeah, I think it's like BHOOSIC or something like that. But like, I used to use that one just because they have like a lot of detailed information about the music, and it can analyze music that you put into it and find music that's similar sonically. Not just like tags for what genre it is, but like, oh, this has this tempo and these chords and that kind of stuff. We'll find music that's similar to it. I used to use it for that. I found out that you can put a playlist in it. It will make a spreadsheet with all the information for all the songs that's in the playlist.
Oh, that's sick. I do have hella music on Spotify, so I should try that.
Yeah, and then what you can do is you download the spreadsheet, and then you use the command prompt to search the internet. I think it searches YouTube videos and maybe some other stuff for all the songs that are in the playlist, and it will just download them automatically into a file.
Oh shit.
So I was downloading like thousands of songs over like 4 or 5 days.
Oh, that's sick. I'm about to
So
look
now
that
it's
up
like tons.
on
And
Reddit.
on my new computer is like 2 terabytes, so I'm chilling.
Nice. Yeah, I just got a hard drive like a couple months ago, so I'm trying to like organize all my stuff.
Yeah.
I'm low key like doomsday prepping with my tech, trying to make sure I have all the movies and shows I want in case shit goes down.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing as well. I'm considering getting into like, I want to buy more vinyls and stuff, but I'm considering like CDs.
Yeah, I like CDs. I just got a DVD drive, and CDs are nice because they work with digital. This little thing. I got all my DVDs now on my hard drive.
Nice.
Vinyl's nice too.
I haven't got a CD drive. That's the only reason why I don't buy CDs. I should probably just buy like a CD drive as well. Because I want to put on the side of it.
Yeah, I got this at one of those discount stores that's like all the returns from Amazon and stuff.
Yeah.
So it was like $5, but it's like it's a disk drive, but then it's also a USB extender with like it's got memory card ports too.
Right. Yeah, I got one of those as well. In fact, I think it's just like 2 USBs, the memory card slot, and I think it's a USB-C.
Yeah. All right. Can I ask
it's like a micro USB and a regular. So micro SD and then a regular SD.
Oh, okay.
Three USBs and a USB-C.
Can I ask you your opinions on something? I don't know if you saw what we were talking about on the stream before, but I was bringing up this little bit of like furry digital artist to furry pipeline. I don't know if you have any experiences with that or like.
So with the what's a furry pipeline?
Digital artist to furry. I feel like there's a pipeline there because a lot of times I see a lot of overlap when I'm looking up digital art stuff. It's almost always some furry-esque stuff. It's probably like, from my experience, it's like a 7 out of 10 chance that the results of a digital art search are gonna be like furry type stuff. But it's it's a drawing. It's not an actual person in a costume, so it's like it's kind of different.
Right.
I don't, and I've taught before. I've had students that were like, they would draw, they were into drawing because I was a teaching artist, so I would always know like who was into drawing and stuff, and what type of stuff they're into drawing. And several of the students had like, were really into drawing cats or dog people, and it was deeper than just drawing it. It was like they would tell people that they identify as this or that, this type of animal.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever found yourself in any weird like rooms or communities where, if anyone's ever asked you to draw some weird stuff.
Nah, I guess in a way I'm lucky that I don't get requests. I don't need people I got requests from are people who are like never serious and they disappeared the moment I said I wanted money.
Yeah,
or like people who
that's how it is for me. Or trying to
That's why I
scam
stopped
you.
thinking about it. Yeah. Now I'm just like, don't worry about it. If someone wants me, then they'll come to me. I'm not thinking about how do I get people to come to me. Like they'll come. Just let it go. I'm just not one of those artists.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, like I've seen them around. I've seen them around. I think when I joined Blue Sky, like a lot of them were there. like a lot of the artists on Blue Sky, like
Oh, really?
I just had to like, because you can say, oh, I don't want to see content like this.
Yeah.
Like I had to start like blocking it out. Because like I want to see stuff that like that's inspiring to me. Like this is just people doing that's their thing. That has nothing to do with me. Yeah, but I've seen people talk about like identifying and all that kind of stuff as well. But yeah, I was just talking to someone yesterday about creating the world that you want to live in, rather than being frustrated that you're seeing other people's shit. Like, there's a lot of people like I kind of see it like I can walk past someone else's house and look in their window, but I don't live there, so it doesn't bother me.
Right.
So like I think people sometimes they choose to live in other people's houses. It's like if you don't like it, you don't have to live there. You have your own house. Like if you don't have it, go make one. It's like what kind of people do you want to be spending your time? What kind of people do you like? Or you like those people? Why don't you have any of them in your friend group? Go find them. You know what I mean? So like I just kind of like I see them, but I recognize that's not me. So I find people who are like me, and I just talk to them, and then my algorithm changed from that.
I see.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. Like you know the conversation we talked about last time about like people. I think I was talking about like what I experienced with supernatural stuff and experiencing reality and all that shit.
Yeah.
And the thing that I took from that is, oh, everything exists because it can.
Right.
And like those kind of communities is like a perfect example of like, oh, I shouldn't be frustrated that it exists. Like, of course it exists because reality is infinite. And if it didn't exist, then reality wouldn't be infinite. So in a way, it's kind of like, okay, everything exists, but what world do I want to live?
Yeah. Well, I'm just curious about it as more of just like to understand where it's coming from and why it's so prevalent.
Yeah.
Because if those are the only
Yeah.
type of artists that are getting commissions, something is going on here. Like it's not just. I mean, we both live in a world where the only artists getting commissions are, they're either
Yeah. Yeah.
doing freak stuff and furry stuff, or they have a big audience for their skill level and talent, and they've reached their target audience.
Yeah.
But it's usually the former. So and as a teacher and as a grown man, I feel like we have a responsibility to kind of discuss this type of
Work
stuff
out what's
because it
going on.
affects the younger people more than us. Yeah, it
Yeah.
doesn't affect me, but there's impressionable kids that get on the internet every day to look for guidance, and it often comes in the form of a talking animal or someone who draws sexualized talking animals or talks about that type of stuff and doesn't like ever question it. I don't know.
Yeah. I think it's kind of, I think it's just related to people not identifying with the life that they have.
Because originally the personifying talking animals thing was like for kids shows, for Mickey
Yeah.
Mouse, for this and that. So I feel like it's a dangerous pipeline to have. Like
Right.
there's a very dangerous connection that they have right there.
You said something important though. I just made a connection when you said that. Is that there are a lot of people who don't want to grow up
Yeah.
because, like, the world is hard right now, and all your best memories are as a kid when you don't know no better, and the world's getting harder and harder and harder, and it's like you want to stay where you used to be, but
Yeah.
also you're an adult now and you want to have sex. You have to draw your cartoon characters having sex.
Right, and if it was just kids drawing like this animal stuff, you know, kids would be drawing it in an innocent way, but I think,
Yeah.
I don't know. It is true that there's like a lot more adults now that, even me, I draw comics. People could call it childish, but there's a lot more adults now doing childish, you know, whose identity is tied to more childish. Now, I don't even want to say childish. That's not a good term.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
more
I see what you
youthful
mean.
stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like it's never been as important to adults as it is now.
Mm.
That type of stuff. And there's these online. I don't know. I don't even want to get that deep into it.
Like there's a video. I actually just reposted it on my TikTok today. I've been reposting a lot of her shit. She talks about like creativity, and what's the purpose of it, and she really goes really deep on like what is it to be an artist, what is art.
Right.
And she said the art is a technology for making, what was it? Art is a technology for making God's unconditional love accessible to other people.
Mm.
Basically, when you express yourself authentically in art, other people recognize themselves in it and they feel that they are accepted or like they're understood through your art because you're being authentic. And she was saying that people feel stuck when they're making art because they're not really making art authentically. It's like, how can my art serve me, not how can I help others with that?
Right. That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, I know she's pretty badass, man. Like she's like a strict, loving, empathetic teacher, but like she goes hard because she knows people need to hear it. And she looks like Sade as well.
That doesn't hurt.
Don't know. But yeah, no, like I think I agree with that, and I've been thinking a lot about that recently since I started making comics.
Yeah.
I guess because the only reason I want to make comics is for that reason. It's like, how can I use, like, what am I good for if I'm not sharing my experience with
Right.
other people who are on the earth with me, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, it could just be something I'm not understanding, but yeah, I think it isn't. It's totally true what you were saying. You gotta express your truth and however you can. Maybe I'm the
I think
one
there's
that's
a lot of
not
people who are
accepting
scared to.
other people's truth. Maybe their truth is that they need to grow different type of ears or something.
That's not even what I was saying, but that's
No, I know, I'm just playing.
but like in some of them maybe. I mean, in a way, it is because there's a reason why they're doing it, and they could be doing something more acceptable. So like, in a
Yeah.
way, they are going against the grain and making something that's, I don't know.
But it's
It's
such a
still daring
slippery
to be
slope,
different,
though.
but
It
it's-
is such a
yeah.
slippery slope because it's like,
Yeah.
at what point does it become weird? And that's one of the other reasons this is like the topic today is because it's like some of it's weird, but then you look like even the blockbuster movies you've got are all like animals and like that
Yeah.
talk and walk and stuff, and that stuff's not like super weird, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Where does the
know
weirdness
what?
start and where does it end?
I just had a realization, right?
Yeah.
Like, when I was a kid, like Loner Bunny was like hot as fuck.
Oh, for sure. That, bro,
But
that's
like,
the starting
maybe
point.
maybe that's where it comes from.
That is. You can ask a furry. That's literally what started with Space Jam.
It's like Loner Bunny. That's like where it comes from. It's like, oh wow, like she was like my like that was just like people were like, oh, that's my first crush when I was a kid. So
Yeah.
I have to make. I can't find anyone like that in real life. I have to make her.
Yeah, Lola Bunny was bad.
Yeah, I think that's probably what it is. Plus all the other real life avoidance stuff.
Yeah, I'm just curious about it because it seems like I kind of stopped watching like videos about art community or online art spaces because they always end up where the artist or the topic or it always falls back to someone doing some weird furry stuff, and it's like, let me just not watch art YouTube unless it's a tutorial.
Right. Yeah. I think I did the same thing where like I used to watch like tutorial videos. Sometimes I watch like art critiques. Art critiques are cool.
Yeah, I like
But
watching
like
the portfolio reviews.
portfolio reviews, yeah. But like some of the drama stuff, even if it's not like furry related, it's just like why are you like finding reasons to get mad all the time?
Yeah, y'all got too much time.
Yeah. I mean, like for them, it's lucrative, right? Because they got YouTube channels and they're making money from it. But like,
Yeah.
it's like they're just spreading that to other people who have too much time.
Yeah. The other thing I was thinking about is like anonymity, however you say it.
And
Like,
then me,
yeah, like connecting it.
oh,
The way the
yeah,
art is now is like it's a little bit disconnected from people. A lot of like the bigger channels in social media spaces are faceless.
hmm
I wonder about like the realness of it. You know, historically, art has always been tied to an individual, you know, a person who has to present their work, you know, as something that they made.
right,
I wonder if there's like an effect on your process or how you create when you don't, you know, you have an alias that's completely unrelated to you, that your art is posted under. You know, kind of, do you have a different type of responsibility with your art? Or,
right,
and also, how does that play into ownership? Because obviously, you
right.
own like your alias or any pen name you might have.
Mm. Yeah, I know. Like, I mean, I feel like I only started putting my face on my page recently. Even I guess like I drew my portrait and that's been my profile pic for a while, but like
Right.
I don't really put my face on there. I got my name on there. Um, I don't even really know why. I guess I didn't really need to. But like, I feel like what you say is more important because like when you think about like, for example, like Japanese mangaka, a lot of them aren't using their real names and they don't show their real faces, but they're telling real stories.
Right. And that's kind of like, yeah. I feel like it could go either way. Like you could stay anonymous because what you're creating is just too personal,
Mm.
or you
Right,
could be
right.
anonymous because you just don't want to claim personal responsibility over what you're creating.
Mm. I guess it all
'Cause,
depends on what you're making at the end of the day, right?
yeah, I always think about this because sometimes I'm like, maybe I should have just never revealed my identity and my face online and just kept all my stuff anonymous under a pen name.
Mm. I don't know. I think if you feel cool to do it, I think it's good to do it. I think people feel more connected to your work if they know who you are and where it's coming from. The problem with being anonymous, I guess, is if you're not popular and your work isn't standing out, it's like it's harder to express to people like what you're about,
Right.
like the initial introduction.
Yeah.
I guess for Japanese manga, it's easy because they get an automatic introduction just by being in a magazine.
Yeah, that's the importance of magazines. Is like introducing new artists. Magazines are so important.
Right.
Um, and I think
Yeah.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
I do the same. I think another reason why people might not want to like put their face out there as well is like some people don't want to be famous. So like if this ends up blowing up,
Yeah.
I don't want stalking.
Yeah, the other thing I was gonna say was like, if it blows up, then people have expectations, and they have a person
Right.
to direct their expectations at. Whereas
Yeah.
if they don't know who the creator is, they can't really direct their, oh, you should have done it this way, or oh, the ending. Because people do get entitled with, especially with comics. People get, the audiences can get entitled and just kind of discard the whole thing because of the author did one little thing, or they didn't ship two characters the way they wanted them to, or
Right.
so being anonymous can kind of keep you from facing some of that pressure, and which ultimately might influence how you write your story. If you're like seeing Twitter comments about, oh, you should have never ended chapter 3 like that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I think I think it's valid, and I think of course everyone's different. But I think maybe one of the good things about putting your face out there is if you're trying to make an impact, I think you make the most impact by being visible.
Yeah.
It's like suddenly you're a person that other people can relate to. It's like, oh, if he could do it, then maybe I can do it. Rather than just being like, oh, this is a manga that exists and it's made by magic and I'm not a magician.
Yeah. I think ultimately it's a net positive. I think, especially for me as like a black man in America, I think it's important to show my face, and
Yeah.
there's not a lot of us I mean, there is that's the thing, there is a lot of us making comics, but we're not getting the eyes that we could be.
Right. I think when I think about like the influence part, I was thinking about like the black community as well, because that's one thing that I think people like young black people need to see, that I can be something. And if you hide yourself, then of course they're gonna keep thinking like, oh, I don't even know who this guy is. It's like, oh, he's probably like this, or he's probably like that. All these things that they're not, you can make all these excuses for why I can't do it.
Right.
You'll
Like
be
if you're
oh,
reading
no,
a manga.
I came from the same area as you. I look like you, you know.
Right. Yeah, if you're reading a manga, you could kind of just assume it's like a Japanese person.
Right.
Even like American, like superhero comics are generally white dudes. There's black artists too, but they are a minority.
Yeah, I think
But
that's why, like, even if you don't show your face, it's good to be authentic in your art, because you can show that you're black through your art too.
Yeah, yeah.
If you're still drawing like Japanese people and you're not Japanese, then you're not helping those people in your community.
Yeah, that was one of the things that would always get me with like the manga community in America. Is like a lot of us get caught up like trying to make sure it looks like manga and the characters look like manga characters we've seen in other manga. And but the reality is, it's like it's a comic, and it's not really a manga, unless you're like in Japan publishing it in Japanese and yada yada yada. But it's okay. Like a manga is a comic too. That just is how they say comics in Japan.
Yeah.
And they
So that's why, like, I live in Japan and I speak Japanese. I still say comic, because like I don't want to be like, oh, I make manga, and then people have a specific idea about what my stuff looks like. It's like, no,
Right.
I make comics. I can say comic to Japanese people; they also know what I mean. They also say comics
right
in English. So like it works both ways. But like trying to it's weird when you try to make sure that, oh, this is what, like same thing we talked about last time. there are people like when they're trying to make something that's theirs, they just copy other people because they know that that's what other people are doing to get popular.
Right.
But like Japanese manga is popular because they're being authentic to their real life. They
Right.
went to Japanese school in
They
real
have
life.
that shared experience. It's like a cultural shared experience that
Yeah.
resonates with them.
Exactly.
And black people have a bunch of awesome shared experiences that we can put in our stories.
Exactly. And that way, like, you're being authentic and you'll get. I think it's more important to get people who are like serious about liking you than having a lot of people watch you.
Yeah.
So like, I think
Quality
you'll get more
over
people who,
quantity.
like, exactly. So I think you'll get more of that by being authentic. And then if you keep doing that over a longer period of time, then you just get more and more authentic people watching you, rather than getting like a whole load of people dropping in one time to go read your Japanese tips and then dip out.
Right. Well, and so like if you're trying to emulate another cultural thing, it's always going to kind of seem like a knockoff to them.
It's watered down, exactly.
Yeah. I know a lot of like even I was caught in a phase where I felt like I had to do my comics from right to left and write in like in the Japanese
right.
format.
Yeah.
I did one comic like that, but it was because it was for a competition that required it.
Right.
But even so, it seems it's kind of preposterous, like to make your comic read the opposite way than its original language would read it.
Exactly.
Especially when Japanese publishers aren't really making that much of an effort to like include international talent. They do here and there, but it's not like they've got their own. They have a good system in Japan for developing manga artists. It's not like they even need to look abroad. So it's not like there's a market for American-made manga. Like there could be a market, but it's not really there. Like
It's not gonna be. It's not that big. At least not right now.
Yeah, it's not
I
big
think
enough to.
in the future it might get there.
Yeah.
But like right now, it's just not there.
Yeah, and the thing is, when it gets there,
There's
you can
definitely,
always
there's definitely like
reformat.
there's a taste for it, but only certain people.
Right.
Like,
Okay.
I remember it was a Oda who makes One Piece said that he once, I think he was reading manga by international people, and he was like, "You guys need to tell your own stories, man."
Yeah,
He was like, well, you guys are making stories about Japanese people. I want to know what it's like in your school, in your country.
Right. That's the whole value of it. Is like, yeah, that's part of why people like mangas, because it's like you're getting in to see what it's like in a different place, different world.
Exactly. We like it because it's not from where we are. So that means that it doesn't really matter what. If you want to be popular in any country, just do what you're doing. Just like, and then people will be interested because it's different, and the people in your community will like it because it's relatable.
Yeah, they
and
don't.
ideally, you hit relatable on both sides.
Right. Yeah, and they're making it for each other, so they're not trying to like show off their culture or make it about Japanese culture. It's just that they're making it for themselves, and so as outsiders, it's like, oh wow, this is how it's like. It's kind of like that, an outsider getting that chance to feel like an insider or see the world from an insider perspective. But American comics don't really feel like that because, well, some of them do, but like superhero comics don't really feel like that because they're such preposterous stories. Like they don't really ground it in like the day-to-day cultural, like maybe in like the 80s and 90s the characters felt a little bit more relevant to like how people live. But
I know what you mean.
Yeah, I don't feel like I've read a superhero comic where like the character was going through anything remotely similar to anything in my life has been, or anybody I know.
Right. And I think that's why that video that I had learned about you from was blowing up, because that's what you were talking about. And you were drawing, was it What's in the Bag?
Yeah.
And like he's just going to sell his PlayStation. Like that's crazy relatable.
Yeah, that's some shit.
It's like I've done.
That's some shit we people been through.
Yeah, it's like it's that kind of stuff that I think people need to see, and it's that kind of stuff that is in manga that they relate to, and then we see and like, oh, that's what they do.
Yeah, it's kind of it kind of goes to the. It's more of a philosophy of like finding the magic in our own lives, in our own everyday lives, in our own the people we interact with, instead of like making some myth fantasy character that has to bring all the magic. A lot of the characters, the magic is in their like their relationships, interrelationships, and everyday life.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely like the same thing like I was saying about that, what that woman was saying on TikTok is the art is supposed to be a mirror.
Yeah.
And that's when it clicks with people. There's like, even if they don't even know why, they get chills when they hear someone say a line or like they see emotion in a person because deep down it's relating to something in real life. Like if you don't put anything of real life in it, then there's no, it feels vapid, it feels empty.
Yeah.
And you can do that in all sorts of genres. It could just be like a theme.
Mm-hmm.
Like I almost cried. I rewatched Across the Spider-Verse, the second one, and it's just like the scene where he's getting chased across like the Spider-Man room, whatever, and he's going up the train into the sky, and everyone's chasing him and telling him, "Oh no, you can't do the thing that you want to do because it doesn't make any sense. You're going to destroy the multiverse, whatever." And he's like, "I don't care. I'm going to do my own way." And like just that one thing, it's like he's talking about jumping dimensions and all this crazy shit, but it's so relatable just because that feeling of people telling you what you should do, and you saying, "No, there's a path that you can't see, but I know I can go there. So I'm going to do it anyway. I don't really care what you think, and I'm going to show you that it can be done." And like I've been feeling that like that recently, and that's personal to me, and that's why I felt it, because it's real. So it doesn't even need to be like a real world thing for you to put real shit in there. You just need to make sure you're like analyzing what's happening in real life and putting stuff in there. And then there'll be someone in there who's going through it or who's been through it, and they'll relate to it and they'll like it, and that's why they like stuff. Like Naruto is so popular because like he was just a kid who had no friends, and then he made friends. That's just crazy relatable. So a lot of people who also have struggled with making friends, or like even if they had that idea like, oh, maybe I can't make friends, it's relatable. It's not because he's a ninja.
Right. It's because he's a kid who wanted to fit in. Anybody who's like switched schools, started at a new school, or moved to a new neighborhood knows that feeling.
Exactly.
Being an outcast. I mean, you could be an outcast in any scenario. It's kind of like that universal thing. That's like such a big trope with shonen manga. Like most shonen protagonists are super lonely outcasts.
Yeah.
And a lot of times they're like feel weak or something, or they're rambunctious, but also bullied.
Right. And it makes sense because they're writing for an audience that exists. Because there are lots of people like that in Japan.
Yeah, and the way that you deal with that type of situation is kind of one of those things that determines what type of adult you become.
Yeah.
So it's important. It's not just like a marketing thing. Those type of stories, they're coming of age stories, and those are the type of stories that we've had since prehistory that we tell our young people to prepare them for the types of things they'll have to deal with. Because that's not a feeling that stops. Like it just is there. It's just one of those things that's a fact of life. Sometimes not as bad. Sometimes it is,
Yeah. So I think that's what stories are for. Like historically, stories are just it's the most perfect way of conveying information through time.
Yeah.
Like people used to tell stories of stuff that literally actually happened, but they'll make it interesting, and then the story would last thousands and thousands and thousands of years. Rather than if you just write it on a piece of paper, this is what happened, you lose it. You tell a story and it stays around for generations.
Mm-hmm.
But the point is, it's the best way of conveying information. So if there's anything that you want to share with anybody, you put it in a story, and it will last and it will resonate with people because they're open to it. So even be interested in reading a book or watching a movie or whatever, you need to emotionally invest at the beginning.
Right.
Like, I don't know what this world's going to be. Whatever they tell me is true. And if you don't subscribe to that, then that's when people start like being killjoys. It's like, yeah, but like he's an actor. It's like, yeah, you're missing the point.
Yeah. Suspend that belief, motherfucker.
Exactly. So like people suspend belief when they're reading stories. So that's why it's easier to put a message in it, because people are open. Like the amount of people who tell me, not even just tell me, what people say on the internet, One Piece isn't political. One Piece isn't political. Like One Piece is crazy political. But like because they personally don't want to see politics, they pretend like it's not there. But they'll still read One Piece though. They still love One Piece.
Yeah.
So like they're still in the ecosystem, and they're opening themselves up to having their mind changed by being in the ecosystem still.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Politics is like, if you make any story that has any type of decent world building, it's gonna be somewhat representative of your political worldview in some way, or it's gonna have to take like politics into account.
Yeah.
I used to think I could make comics and just not be political and not make my comics political, but the more I do it, the more I realize that even without consciously trying, my comics have a political message if you look at it in a certain way.
Yeah. There's always something. It's like you can tell like the most basic story and you'll find something in there.
Yeah.
You'll be like, oh, this character acts like this because system. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What I was thinking of was my comic Zed Runner. Is like, the idea with that comic was just to make a comic that has the least amount of plot as possible, or like the plot is always that she's running from the bad guys. She's running from the bad guys, and that's just like every episode is different monster, like a monster of the day type of thing, where there's different people that she's escaping from. But then the more I look at the imagery, I'm like, dang, this is a main character who's a black woman. Her first introduction to the audience is her in handcuffs running from a group of white men. So like if you had no clue, you just picked that up, you would think it was like, it would trigger you some type of political way. I feel like it's triggering.
It's funny because I didn't know that you didn't mean it to be political, so I was like, oh, this is like a really nice analogy.
Right. It was some subconscious shit because.
Yeah, exactly. It comes out.
Because I was just thinking of like, to me in my head, like agents. There's like a agency of dudes in suits who control stuff. You know, that's just like a classic bad guy trope. And I guess I don't know. I just put them in. They were all white guys. I don't know. It was like a subconscious thing.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah, it could be emblematic of like ICE or something, or I don't know. Right. But the crazy part is that they're not actually the bad guys.
Like the feelings of black people in America.
Right. But they're not even. They're really not bad guys. But
that's even more. Real.
Yeah.
It's like they're not even bad guys. They're just doing their job. That's also real life.
Right, and they're low key trying to protect the world from her. Or yeah, cause I ain't gonna spoil it, but if you look in
Yeah,
chapter 2, if you were paying attention in chapter 2, you'll see that they're not even human. The dudes in the suits.
Right.
So they don't really have free will.
Right. Interesting.
So there's a larger power at play.
Hmm.
But because, like we were talking about earlier, how comics is kind of a way of presenting our truth, our reality, or a way of deciphering the world. It's just inherently gonna have political views and biases in it.
Yeah.
Like politics is kind of like one of those things like morals or something, where it just is kind of intertwined with anything and everything.
Yeah.
Can't really do something.
Yeah. No, it's interesting, like, especially the way I think about art now. Not even just art, but like ideas in general. Like, and imagination in general. And like what I think those things are. Like it kind of changing how I think about that changed how I think about art. And it kind of made me make sense of why art is the way that it is. Like, because I believe that there's layers of reality, and then there's a version of you that's in that reality, like your subconscious. And it's way more vast than you can imagine. Like it can see like different timelines and whatever. And it knows where you're going before you even know where you're going, and it sends you signals through like feelings that you get and your imagination. I think your imagination is literally like, you know, if you think about like it's like a basic thing that people do, right? You imagine, I want to go there, and then you go and you do it, right?
Yeah, it's
like,
the first step.
It seems basic to us. It seems basic, but it's actually like you can imagine it because it's true in some dimension. It's true in some parallel reality.
Right.
And you can bring yourself there. It's like you allow yourself to see something that exists and then go there. It's like a roadmap, which means that anything that you can imagine is true on some level.
Yeah.
So what does that mean about art?
But you have to imagine it for it to, you know, be connected to you. You can't, like, your imagination is kind of the limiting factor. Which isn't much of a limit, to be honest. If you're an artist like us, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, you say that, but like, I wasn't confident in my imagination, like, probably since my teen years until recently. So like, that's why like, when people used to ask me, do you want to make comics? I'm like, that's for people with imaginations.
Right.
Like, I just draw what I see, and like that's fun for me. But I found that my imagination started coming back as I started opening how I think about the world. I started realizing that imagination is like, it's not even really something that you have or you don't. You already have it. You just need to. It's like when you know how a car works, you can drive it.
Right. Yeah, it's just like a something you have to access. You always have it. It's just sometimes you're not accessing it properly.
Yeah.
Or it can the path to the imagination gets cluttered with all type of other stuff.
Exactly. I was gonna say that.
Yeah, I was talking to this kid the other day. I was at the basketball court, I was recording the video, and then I started playing ball with these kids. They were like probably in high school. The one of them had just graduated, but they found out I had like an art YouTube, and the one kid I could tell he was kind of into art, but he wasn't, you know what I'm saying? So I was asking him about it, like, do you draw? What are you into? He's like, yeah, I used to draw, but then, you know, my creativity just left me. It was like really hard to. It got really hard, and I was. Then we kind of just jumped right into this adult ass conversation like about responsibilities of life and how like the world can kind of just, if you let it, it'll drain that imagination out of you, because it demands that you solve real life problems, and it can be hard to imagine stuff when you've got real pressures and problems to deal with. That's like one of those things that clutters the path to access on your imagination. And it was interesting. I never talked to someone that young that had gone through, that had experienced that. But I feel like that happens a lot. Like there's a lot of people who, maybe all of us, we all used to draw at some point. Everyone's drawn in a coloring book or something. But as we get older, it's like the world kind of pulls us away from it or something.
Yeah. No, I think that's what happened to me as well. Like, I remember I used to like sit in my room and I would just sketch random shit. And like, I didn't even know what was coming out. I would just like draw like some random person with like this disfigured face doing all sorts of weird shit, and I would just connect it to the next drawing, I would just do crazy shit.
Right.
And like after a while, I just couldn't do that no more. I would just sketch a paper and I'd be like, I don't know what I'm doing. I have to like see something. And I think it was like distractions. Because around that time when I was doing that stuff, I would just go to class. Like I was in like, I was probably like 16, 17. I would go to class. And I would just come home and I would just draw. Maybe I watch anime and I would just draw. But like as we get more and more things, like I started using like social media and whatever more, and like watching YouTube videos and that kind of stuff. The distractions, it's like you're not allowing your brain to think. And also like no, but it's not even like allowing your brain to think. You need your brain to not think.
Yeah. It needs to wander. It needs empty space to wander around.
Exactly. I think when I started giving my brain empty space, that's where my imagination came back. But it's difficult in this day and age.
Yeah, it's just tricky. But there's a lot of young artists that are still doing it. That's one of the cool things I liked about TikTok, is I'm seeing a lot of really talented younger people that are just like dumb good with like figure drawing, anatomy, drawing stuff without reference, or even the stuff they use reference, it still has like so much motion.
Yeah.
And yeah, I have like a handful of artists that I follow on TikTok, and I'm just waiting for them to be ready to do a comic, because I can tell their style is kind of leading them towards that. They just need a little bit more time, maybe.
Yeah.
Or they're probably already working on one, they just haven't dropped it.
Right.
But sometimes I get down that rabbit hole of thinking like, if I was growing up in this age, I would not. I don't know if I'd still be drawing. I don't know if I'd still be an artist. But they're still out there. It's like an unstoppable force.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I was gonna say that's just how humans are.
Exactly. Yeah, it's part of it.
It's part of the mind. It's part of the biology. It's like there's a need for some people are just born to create shit.
Yeah.
And if they're not creating shit, they're not happy. So they'll just create shit anyway.
That's true.
Yeah. I think I'm lucky that my parents kind of encouraged me to continue with my art stuff.
Yeah, same. I was blessed with supportive parents.
Yeah, I don't know how. I feel like I'm the personality where if my parents were like, "Nah, don't do that. That's bad," I might not do it. I think eventually I would come back to it, but because I'd be upset. I'd be like, I feel like my life is like missing something, and I'll try and find out what it is. I'll probably get back to it eventually, but like, I feel like I would just be like, okay.
Yeah, you're supposed to listen to your parents.
Right. Like there are a lot of things that like I've taken in and I've only just like let go fairly recently. But I'm lucky that they were just like, okay, you're like doing it, then take it seriously, rather than being like, nah, you can't do that because it's stupid. It's like they do music as well, so I guess they like that. They didn't force me to do music either. I guess they could have done that.
Yeah.
They tried.
They did. Like,
They didn't try to force me, but like they were like, oh, do you want to pick up an instrument? I remember there was like one time I was in the in a car park outside the supermarket. My mom came back from the supermarket. I was waiting in the car, and she came in the car and was like, "Do you ever like get music like playing in your head? Do you ever just want like make a song?" I'm like, "No." She's like, "No, oh, okay." I could tell she was like, she was like, she was good to just like let it go, but like you could tell that she really wants me to be a musician.
Yeah. I tried a couple instruments. It was only because the school had the requirements.
Yeah, same. I did violin, so they were happy until I quit.
Yeah, that's what I did. I played violin for like 2 years.
Yeah. I think I got pretty good with the violin as well. You know? I quit when I was like 12 or something because I wanted to go like my music class was at the same time as like PE, and I wanted to go like play football with my friends. So I was like, I don't want to do music class anymore.
Play this crappy violin song I never heard of.
Yeah, to go home and practice playing on PlayStation. I did buy a bass guitar recently though.
Yeah,
I kind of want to start.
yeah, bass is fun.
For myself.
Yeah, I feel like if you gave kids the choice to pick an instrument, they would probably not pick the instruments that they generally end up playing, like violin, cello, piano. Or probably would be low on the list of instruments kids would pick.
Right.
I mean, they'd pick a piano, but they'd probably pick a keyboard first.
True.
But guitar, drums.
Right. I wanted to play drums, but I don't think I had the coordination for it anyway. And then I actually wanted to play the flute. I thought the flute was cool as shit as a kid.
The flute is cool. I played the flute for a little bit. Like my school had us do the flute before we started doing orchestra.
Nice.
It's very calming.
Yeah, I don't know. It's something about like the way you hold it or something like that. I thought it was cool. You know what it probably was? It's probably the Power Ranger with the flute.
There's a Power Ranger with the flute.
He's got a knife and he plays it like a flute, and then the Dragon Zord comes out.
Oh shit!
The Green Ranger.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the mysterious one. He's like not even part of the group. He was a villain, and he would just pop out with the flute. Doo-doo-doo-doo. And like this giant like dinosaur would come out of the ground. That's probably the reason. I didn't even think about that. That's most likely the reason I wanted to play flute.
Yeah. Did you ever listen to the Andre 3000 album?
Oh, what the flute one? Yeah. I actually like it.
I didn't mind that.
I think it's like as an artist, I really appreciate him just doing what the fuck he wants to do.
Yeah. I used to work with this guy.
I listened to it a few times. It's like it's vibes. It's background music.
Yeah. When I was paying houses, I worked with this guy. We would play that album. It's so calm. We could play it for like half the workday. It would play a couple times. It'd just be calming.
Yeah. No, I was doing that. That's one thing I didn't download that in my hard drive yet. I should put that on because I just got some speakers from my new place. I got some Sonos speakers.
Oh, nice.
And like now I've got like some decent sound. And sometimes I just want to have something to play in the background. And like on the Sonos app, like you can select by genre. But like all my songs, like they're like 25 different versions of soul. So it's like it's not helpful at all for like making playlists.
Right.
But like I can put on that. I can put on the Ultra 3000 easily. Just like just for some vibes. It's interesting how like making comics, in a way, like if you're actually going through the process of making a comic, and you have to think about stuff, your imagination like naturally comes back.
Yeah.
So like, you can't like do too many things while making comics. You need to really think about like how am I paneling this and all this other stuff. You need to actually take time and stop and think about shit. Like just having that space open to think. Like that's why like going to the cafe yesterday really helped me. Sometimes if I'm feeling stuck at home and I don't know what I'm doing or I don't feel the need, the feeling to draw, I'll just go to like a cafe, put myself in like in front of people. It's like I'm here to do something, and I'm not talking to no one. I'm not watching YouTube or whatever. Like I'm here to think about what this is, and it helps to have the pressure of feeling like I need to look busy in front of people. It's like, oh, what's that guy doing?
Yeah,
Like he's
and
really
it's just like a productive vibe because everyone else is in there
exactly.
typing away or trying to look busy too.
Exactly.
It's kind of contagious. Yeah, I do coffee shops and libraries a lot.
Yeah, libraries. I haven't found a library in my new area yet.
What are the libraries like in Japan?
Sure. It's sure.
Yeah.
I think that like I guess it depends. You have like a smaller local libraries. You get like a few big ones. Some of them are pretty like fancy and like you know crazy architecture and all that kind of stuff too. I guess it depends on which one. Like there was one I used to live by that was like really like the architecture was like cool as shit. And it was like 3 or 4 floors.
Do they have like a unified library system or like you have one card across Japan? Or is it by like prefecture or region?
I don't actually know because I never actually took any books out. I just normally just go there to like I'll read a book while I'm there or I'll do some work while I'm there. But I'm not sure, you know. It might be. I imagine it might be. But I know you can go to a. I'm pretty sure you can go to a library that's not in your city. So
Right.
it's probably just for that one library itself, maybe.
Okay. The libraries in LA they're pretty good. The one downtown has like a lab where it has like it has the newest Wacom, like 24-inch 4K, and then
shit.
there's like 3D printers and plotters, and then they have some like the powerful desktops you can do like video editing and 3D modeling
Yeah.
on. They're open.
sick.
Yeah, they're open like 6 hours a day, and you could just go in and set an appointment.
Nice. I think the other week I was looking for a place where I could like get out and do some comic book stuff, and I did find a place like that. They had like a 3D printer and like a laser cutter. It wasn't a. I think it was more like a. It was like a cafe. I think it's in Shibuya or something like that. It's a cafe, but they also have all of these stuff. So everyone in there is like creative people doing work.
That's sick. Yeah, I wish there was more of like internet cafe type things where it's like for people that are doing stuff. Maybe there's like computer setups and printers and stuff. It's like a coffee shop, but it's a little bit more set up for production.
Right. Yeah. No, I thought that was cool. Just a little bit too far.
Right.
I'm drafting the last page now of my comic.
Nice. Like doing the
Page
layout or the pencils.
Pencils.
That's
Well, I
what's
guess
up.
layout and pencils. I'm kind of doing both at the same time.
Yeah.
It's like I'll normally try and do a layout, and then I get excited going in, like, what is this panel going to look like? And then I'll just end up just drawing the panel straight up, like pencil,
Yeah.
and kind of move along that way.
I think it's better to do it that way, especially if you're doing the story and art yourself. You kind of just
Right.
do it, cause sometimes you do like a rough sketch for the thumbnail and you don't need to pencil it anymore because you know exactly how it's going to be. But sometimes you gotta
Exactly.
pencil it a little bit more. And since you're drawing it, you
Yeah.
kind of can have your own little secret language. It could look like scribbles, but as long as you know what it means.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't done any inks yet, so like, I find that in general, like even when I'm doing illustrations, I tend to go like really, really detailed with the pencils because I don't want to make a mistake with a pen, and then I
Right.
end up being like, end up preferring the pencils to the inks.
Inking is tricky. Inking is very tricky because I don't know. I find that I don't know. For me, inking it's tricky on paper, like traditional, but I feel like it's a little bit trickier doing digital inking.
Yeah, I think so too. I think probably because you can undo.
You can undo, yeah, and there's so many more options.
Yeah.
There's so many brushes.
Mm.
With
Yeah, I think it's too many options. I think like the limitation is what keeps me straight. And then I'm just like, okay, this is the pen I'm using. This is the paper size. There's nothing else. I just need to use what I have to make the image that I want.
yeah.
But you can change the pencil size. You can change the brushes. You can change the page size. It's like too much to think about, and it slows me down.
Yeah, I try to lock in with one specific size. What helped me was I feel like the only reason I can ink digitally is because I learned how to ink traditionally, and then I tried to like make my brush emulate my traditional ink and try to make something as close to traditional.
Yeah. Yeah, I ended up making a brush that was like that as well, and then I guess I haven't used it yet, but I can tell that I need to, when I start my inking, I need to make sure I know what size I'm using and try not to zoom in too much.
Yeah.
Because like I end up zooming out and it's like, it ends up not looking like I want it to. Like I want it to look like my traditional stuff, but it won't look like my traditional stuff if I can draw smaller lines than I can do in traditional, right?
Yeah, I had that issue with Super News issue 2, where I got into like doing really detailed backgrounds and stuff, and then when you zoom out, you don't see all that detail,
Yeah.
and you end up kind of wasting lines a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know about these pants. Put a little pocket here. One thing I've been trying to focus on learning is getting doing more black spots, like having more black shapes in my work to add a little bit more of that three-dimensionality.
Right.
Cause I know a lot of my pages they don't have as much depth as they could, and that's one thing. That's like one of the big differences with manga art and like Western comics is manga art is mainly lines. A lot of artists use black shapes too, but it's a little bit less prevalent. Whereas like the American style is to do a bunch of black. Like American comics just take place in darker environments generally.
Right.
I've been trying to learn how to like use black shapes to add some depth. And it's less work because you're just blacking it out.
Yeah. No, I think I think I tried to do more depth. I think because I kind of learned how to draw from manga. So like, I think it's always been like a part of my style, and I think after a while I stopped putting it in my work. I don't even really know why.
Yeah,
Yeah, the depth helps a lot.
yeah, for sure it helps. Yeah, it's just also a different way of thinking about stuff, because you have to think more about the lighting and stuff.
Right.
I'm just trying it with this one comic. I don't really want to like implement it into my other series, but this one is a little bit less of a manga experience. I want it to be a little bit more of a Western, like a superhero Mad Maxy type thing.
Yeah.
And
Well, this is the Corpus Callosum one.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I saw the stuff on TikTok today. It's fucking sick, dude.
Thank you. I missed the video today. I was supposed to make one of those update videos. But it'll be alright.
Yeah. Like, I only checked today because I realized I haven't checked my TikTok in like 5 days or something like that. I feel like I haven't posted in ages.
I've been
So I
trying
posted
this
the
new
Snapchat
app.
app.
Have you ever heard of Red Note?
No.
It's like it's a Chinese app. I hear it's got much better engagement statistics, but I set up an account and I got banned immediately. I got restricted immediately from like my first post. But
So what kind of app is it?
it's just it's kind of like Instagram. It's like a mixture of all of them pretty much. Like you could do videos and you can edit videos like you can in TikTok. But then you can also just do picture posts and text posts. But it's all Chinese. It's a Chinese app and everything is translated from Chinese to English.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
And I don't know. I just watched a video that was like the best platforms to post your art in 2026, and that was the engagement statistics. A dude did like a control test with all the different social medias, and Red Note was popping.
Dang.
But I haven't been able to set up an account that's not super restricted.
Well, why is it restricted?
I don't know. They don't. I can't really tell, and I don't know. It's weird because it always has problems connecting to the network.
I'm seeing it now. Like I can't. I'm thinking. Oh, this is for logging in. I need to go to
Support
sign up or something.
messages. Yeah, and it was super weird because they wanted me to verify with my passport to like verify my name and stuff. Yeah, they're starting that identity stuff online now. It's getting big.
Yeah, when I went back to the UK, like all of the sites now they want you to like prove your age with ID.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's the wave now.
Yeah, good thing I don't really play games no more. Like Microsoft's been asking for my ID, I didn't even know.
Yeah. They but yeah, so I did the passport thing. I verified, and then they restricted me right after I did that. Like it wasn't even a post that did it.
Word.
But I'm down. Like I'm always trying to find the next new platform. I'm always ready to put my stuff somewhere else.
Right.
Diversify, whatnot.
Nice.
I've been trying to
Yeah.
go hard on Reddit too, but I don't think it's worth it, honestly.
Yeah, I used to put some stuff on Reddit back in the day when I was like, I would make a illustration of like a musician or whatever,
Yeah.
and I would post in that musician's Reddit, and I used to get like a bit of engagement in there. I think one of the guys who like I did like a JPEG Mafia post,
Oh,
and I
nice.
posted it in the Reddit, and then one guy got my piece tattooed on his arm. I think it's the guy that
Sick.
found me for Reddit.
That's pretty sick. Yeah, I've been mostly doing like like comic artists, like the for hire pages. I have a list I could pull up. Like any there's a starving artist Reddit, there's a concept art comic collabs Reddit, and I set up like a template to advertise my work, like a for hire comic artist, and I go through and post in all those different subreddits. It's like 15 or 20 subreddits. And my plan was at first to like do that every day, posting them all every day. But it's super saturated. It's super saturated. My posts don't get any engagement. The one comment I got was like, "Where's the NSFW tag?" And and it wasn't like, it wasn't, I don't know, it wasn't no NSFW really.
Yeah.
It was like this type of stuff. But anyway,
Right.
I think it's just the market right now, because like when people do, you could do a for hire post or you could do a hiring post, and the hiring posts get so much engagement. Like, so if someone posts a hiring post in one of the groups, like looking for a comic book artist, within like 2-3 hours they're gonna have 100 comments, 100 replies with comic artists that are looking for work. So I was thinking about starting a group that's like kind of the reverse, where instead of having it be where people can post they're looking to hire somebody and their project details, it would just be for artists to post a couple images of their work and put their rates, their prices. That way, if you have a project that you want to hire a comic artist for, you go to the subreddit and you just get a list of comic artists' portfolios instead of having to go through other people that are hiring, because a lot of these people aren't actually hiring. They're like, a lot of them are like, it sounds like a middle schooler that's like got a comic idea and they think maybe they could get someone to draw it in exchange for their school muffin or whatever. Or there's a lot of them are scammers too.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I used to get more engagement on Reddit. Like when I used to post like 2019, 2020, I get decent
Yeah, that's what I
engagement.
was posting.
But I was doing it like you were, like I would do like drawings of like sports players and post it in that team's subreddit or something.
Right. Yeah, just go to where the audience is that you want.
Yeah, that's more successful. But I've been too locked into
It's hard though.
comics.
It depends like what. Yeah, when you're just doing like comics, it's like where do you post? Like where are the comic people at?
Yeah,
In comic shops, I guess, right?
the comic collab subreddit is the most engagement. That's like the best one if you just want like to get feedback and like meet other comic artists or people that are might be into it or find an audience. Comic collabs is like more like down to earth, and it's less transactional.
Okay. That's cool. Yeah, I'll join comic collabs one.
Yeah,
I think
so
I
like
also just got like lazy, like posting my stuff like in 10 places every single time I make a piece.
yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to do.
Yeah.
But then a lot of these subreddits, they have like their own weird rules, and so then your post gets taken down, and you
Yeah.
got to figure out why it got
Exactly.
taken down.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's what got me to stop posting on there.
Yeah, it's I think because I don't really know much about the like where like for example people who like indie comics, where are they looking to find stuff to read? Because I know where artists go. I
Right.
know that there are artists who like comics and they go to the same place, but where people who don't make art, like how are they finding things to read?
I feel like there's not an answer for that, to be honest. I feel like it's kind of like it's not an empty space, but everybody has their own. There's not like a unified space where you go to find indie comics. Everybody has their own little way that they find them. And because indie comics is like, at this point in the industry, indie comics is like everything pretty much. Like if you, I mean, if you're just excluding Image, DC, and Marvel, that's everything. That's like all the comics. Everybody is having to do it themselves. Even Image is like technically it's still independent comics. I think Kickstarter, if there had to be an answer, it would probably be Kickstarter.
Right.
That's probably the main one where people that are into comics, they'll find new projects through there. But that's another thing where it's like you don't read comics on Kickstarter.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess it's just like people, you just need to get it in front of people's eyes wherever they are.
Yes, I think it's a diversifying game. Spreading it out as many platforms as you can.
Yeah.
And I think another thing that's important, is to do some illustrative stuff that can also capture audiences that might not have been looking for comics.
Right.
Or they might not know they were looking for comics.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I try to like keep like 25% of Super News to just be illustrations.
Right.
That and like, or just like cool character drawings or whatever that can kind of pull people in.
Mm-hmm.
Cause we're not doing manga, but it is kind of manga. And so, you know, there's a lot of people that maybe they don't like manga, but they like what we're doing.
Right.
Or they don't like American superhero comics or even indie comics in general, but you know, the specific way we're doing comics, or you particularly might pull them in.
Right. Yeah. No, I think that's why like I kind of stopped worrying too much about like, am I doing it the right way, or like how is everybody else doing stuff? Because you know, at the end of the day, like I might have even said it before, but like if you're making something that's true to you, by definition, there has to be somebody waiting to receive it.
Yeah.
So like, as long as you're making something that's real, like it's like, you know, the build it and they will come thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So like, I don't necessarily know where I need to go, but like as long as I get it in front of as many people as possible, I guess then there'll be people who like it, even if it's different. Or like, oh, I've never seen anything like this before. Some people are looking for difference. Like you said, some people don't even like the stuff that's out right now.
Yeah.
Like I went to a live painting event, and I think maybe I said before that I saw 2 pieces, and
Nice.
one of the pieces.
Congrats.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I was surprised. I didn't even know that my pieces were going to be for sale when I went there. I thought I was just going to be doing the one drawing and then go home. But like they actually had my work there for a week. No one bought it for the week, but when I was there, I was talking to people, showing them my work, and I managed to get 2 sales. But like one of the guys who bought, he also likes like Berserk, and he liked my style because it reminds him of like that kind of like just like cool adult manga, and there's not much of that anymore.
Yeah.
So like I
That
kind of
seinen
you can think
vibe.
of it like exactly. So like you can kind of think of it like, oh, but this isn't popular anymore, so I need to do what's popular. But no, the people who still like that stuff, they exist, and they're just not watching anime no more.
Yeah.
You need
Yep.
to capture them.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing is with following what's popular, finding yo, what's up, Flo? Shout out. Yeah. Oh, I missed Kova's comment, but yeah, that's the thing with following trends is like what really pops off is always that thing that's fresh and new. It's not the thing that's on trend. It's the thing that
Yeah.
feels completely new and different, like you've never seen it before. And it's tricky because just because it's new and different doesn't mean it's gonna blow up. But
Yeah.
the things that blow up on a whole new level that like push genres and mediums to a new level is always that fresh take, not the recycled take.
Exactly.
But that's risky.
Like
It's way more risky.
Right. Yeah, like I've been thinking a lot about Kendrick Lamar, because like he's like a perfect example of like slow and steady and original wins the race. Like people saying for ages like, oh, you know, he only drops like once every 5 years or whatever. But like every time he drops, like it's 100% authentic and really, really well made. And then it doesn't really matter how long he was waiting for, the stuff is real, and then people gravitate towards it. And like he could have been making bangers for like 10 years straight and just making loads of money. But then like Drake, when people lose interest in you, you're done, because you weren't keeping them with anything. There's nothing real about it. So like I feel like there's something in like people like Kendrick where it's as long as you're making something that's original, it doesn't really matter if you're standing out. Every single one of his albums is different, and he's trying something new all the time. And it's not, it turns away some people for sure, but like, who cares?
Yeah, and that's the thing with like if you're super original and super unique, it's gonna people collectively tend to like shun or ridicule that thing that's super different, super unique until they start hearing other people accepting it. Then it's like, oh, let me see what it's worth. Let me give it a chance. But people don't really give new stuff a chance until they hear it from someone else. Hear that it's worth it from someone else.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I think it's good to just do what it is that is interesting to you. It's like, I like the phrase, it's like, if you like it, then that means that someone else likes it.
I don't like this character design I'm doing right now. So I don't think anyone else will. There's parts of it I like, but it's this torso section that's messing me up. I think I'm doing too much with the torso. I'm trying to design a ringleader for this group of kids. I think maybe You could do bigger hands. It's just the proportions.
What do you mean, like kind of like the waist to torso area?
Yeah, cause he's sagging his pants a little bit, so like, and he's got layers of pants, and then he's also got layers of belts, but I feel like it's still, I don't know. And I've done so many transforms already that I don't even know what the original proportions looked like. But I feel like you ever like go on that rabbit hole of just doing all these transformations and then it can't even tell if it made it look better or worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the worst,
time.
bro.
Yeah, I use what's it? The liquidization, whatever it's called?
Yeah.
Cool. A lot.
I haven't figured out how
Liquify
to use
tool,
that
liquify.
in Krita.
Mm.
But the Clip Studio has a good one.
Yeah, I use it all the time.
And he looks too grown. He's supposed to be like a teenager. He looks like...
Oh, for real? Yeah, I wouldn't know.
He looks way too grown.
Where is the cheekbone design?
Yeah, he's got a very chiseled face.
Mm.
I gotta simplify that.
It reminds me of like one of those like 90s PlayStation games.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what's it? I wanted to ask. I saw because I printed out some of my pages just to test like how they fit through and stuff, and then I saw that you also printed out super news, and then like you stapled it and all that. What paper are you using? Like, how thick is it?
It's just regular copy paper. It's tricky because regular copy paper in the States is not the same size as regular copy paper everywhere else.
Right.
I think it's 70 or 80 pounds.
Okay.
It's not that heavy.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'll
Because
look
I
it
got
up.
this. Oh, thanks. Because I got this paper and it's really thin. Like you can see like lines on it.
Like on
I mean,
the
I
other
bought
side.
it was cheap. Yeah, like on the paper in general, like I can see there's like. Is it on both sides or just one side?
Yeah, it's like 20, 30 pounds.
Okay.
8.5 by 11. Yeah, it's pretty decent. Like you can't really see through the other side that much.
Okay.
I low-key want to find paper that's cheap like that, where it's like super thin, almost like newsprint paper.
Yeah.
Because that would be cheaper to print a bunch of them.
Right.
I just haven't found a place that has that type of paper.
Right.
But then I have hold on. One of these.
I'll show up later on my stream, but
The long arm stapler.
oh yeah, I just bought one of them.
Yeah, that's really all you need.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if you have your if you have a template for your comic pages.
I was just looking to make one now. I was looking online to see if there was one. I'm like, I just make it myself.
Yeah, I would make sure that you know like what your final size, if you want to do like traditional manga size, because this
So
size.
right now it's on the traditional one.
Okay. Yeah, because this size is like the folded copy paper. This isn't a traditional size. They don't print comics
Right.
like this really. So I
Yeah.
I ran into a lot of problems because I didn't make a template and I didn't like format it myself.
Right.
You probably won't have those problems as much because you're in Japan, but like Clip Studio, when you do a comic project, you can't make the settings by inches. When you're just doing one illustration file, you can set the size by inches, but when for some reason when it's a comic project, it has to be millimeters or pixels. So I would have to translate inches to millimeters, and that little translation would always cause like my page size to be slightly different than this final print size that it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
So that's the reason I don't have issue 3 printed yet, is because I would finish the comic and every time I would go to the copy shop, they'd say, oh, this isn't the right size. This isn't the right size.
Oh, okay.
And so I finally made a template now, so hopefully I can just go straight from the print, go straight from finishing to the print shop without having to resize everything.
Yeah.
Because it seems like a small thing, but when you have to go back and resize every page,
Yeah.
it's a real B word.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do that with Photoshop, do like a batch resize where you do it all at once, but I haven't done that before, and I don't have Photoshop, so I don't really know.
Right. Yeah, me neither. Well, I do. I just don't really use it. I've been trying to use I bought the Affinity Studio,
Oh
the
yeah,
Affinity Suite. Like when they had it on discount after Adobe started their bullshit.
yeah. Yo, Adobe's about to go down. They should have never done that shit with the animate. It's gonna be a bad move for them.
Wait. So I think I saw some. I didn't look into it because I was trying to like keep my attention where I wanted it. But like I saw some stuff about the anime. Like, what's happening?
Well, they announced like a couple weeks ago. They announced that they're ending support, and updates for Adobe Animate, which used to be Adobe Flash.
Right.
And they told like the professionals and creatives that they need to export their work and within the month because there won't be support for Animate. And I don't know, you know how it is with like the way it is with like Photoshop documents, how you can export a Photoshop document, then you can open it up in Clip Studio. It's not like that with Animate. You can't just export it and open it in another software. There's not alternatives like that, and so they basically just screw the whole animation industry, because like a lot of TV shows that are on television that have deals with Netflix, they're made with Flash, and they have a workflow. They have assets and plugins and systems that they've developed over decades, and they can't just transfer it. It doesn't work like that. So they'd have to just stop production. It's like it was the type of thing where tons of studios were just left in the spot where they had to halt production overnight. But then there was so much backlash that they retracted their statement. Adobe, now they're going to continue support. So they were just pump faking. But the damage is kind of done. Like,
Yeah. It's like, oh no, when I'm finished with this season, we're moving over to whatever else.
yeah, people already started looking for that next option, and they sent everybody into red alert mode. And like that, people already had enough reasons to not mess with Adobe. They're not helping.
Exactly. Like there's an illustrator I like on YouTube. I forget what his name is, but like he does like a lot of like text and like little cartoony stuff, and he uses Adobe Fresco a lot. And like he's always like saying, "Oh, I do this in Adobe Fresco," and even after all the controversy, it's like I do this and that in Adobe Fresco. Like I don't even know, like he already had enough reasons to like maybe stop promoting them.
Yeah, unless they're
And like he does animations.
Maybe he's got a thing like a referral program
I think
or something.
I think he must have something with them. Yeah, but like it must be the pressure's probably not a little bit.
Yeah, that was why I switched to Krita. That's why I've been like phasing out of Clip Studio, because Clip Studio is not as bad, but it's a subscription thing.
Mm.
I mean, you can buy the license. I just haven't bought the license yet. I don't really want to use Clip Studio till I'll just buy the whole license and can own it.
Okay. I mean, I have it and I use it. Yeah.
Yeah, I still use it. I use it for the screen tones still, for the halftones.
Yeah. Yeah. I just found like a cracked version.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like, I know it's not good, but like, I don't know. It's like I just wanna make this stuff.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
If I get the money, then I'll do it. But it doesn't feel like it's like just subscription models, because like I paid for Affinity because it's a one-time payment and I own it, and then I get all the updates for it. I don't mind paying for it, but it's a subscription model.
Yeah, that shit was killing me, cause like I'm not making no money with this comic shit.
Right. Yeah, if I was a professional, I'd be like, okay, sure. A professional making money is specific.
Yeah. Yeah, cause I had the first Clip Studio I bought was like way back when it was called Manga Studio. I think it was Manga Studio 4. Before they got bought by Celis. But then they started the subscription thing, so I had to start subscribing. I've got some cracked versions of that.
Right.
I got all this old software for like, you ever go on the Internet Archive?
I've been on it before, yeah.
You have a bunch of old drawing software. It's kind of fun to mess around with. Do you know the
I never
company?
thought about doing like, I didn't thought they did programs and stuff.
Yeah, they have software on there. You ever heard of the manga company, The Leader? They make paper and pens and stuff. They had drawing software back in the day.
Oh, snap.
They had like what was it called? CG Illustrator. They had a bunch of software, so I downloaded it. I didn't think I'd ever be able to use it because it's for like Windows 98 and stuff. But it works on Windows 10 too.
Okay.
And it's kind of cool because it's like a time capsule. It's like we're talking about limiting yourself to specific brushes. They have like it's very limiting on there. But they have a lot of really cool features that are like specific for comic and manga art.
Right.
But it's more of a novelty thing. I wouldn't really do like full production in there.
Yeah. No, I think that the limitation is important. I think ideally I would do comics on paper.
Yeah, that's what I would do if I had the space and I was getting paid for it.
Right. Yeah, I've got the space now, but like, I just have like these few sheets of paper right now for testing, and I don't want to I don't want to just like test stuff on it.
Right.
Because I paid money for it. Like, I want to make sure if I'm gonna do something on it, that it's gonna be something that is worth using the paper for. So I'm kind of waiting to use it.
If you get what I did was I got reams of copy paper. If you get copy paper that has a really smooth finish, that's like maybe heat pressed.
Right.
You can do inking on it.
Paper.
Yeah, but the Bristol's expensive. But if you get lighter copy paper, that has, you gotta find one that's got like a super slick finish almost like vellum.
Right.
You could get like 150 sheets for like pretty cheap, and then you can do all the practice and all the inking stuff you want
Yeah.
without worrying about the cost point. That's how I kind of developed with traditional inking, because the Bristol, it would be so expensive if you just were training on Bristol.
Yeah.
Here's that software. I don't know if you can see the stream, but they have the Comic Works and they have the CG Illustrator.
CG Illustrator.
They're both pretty cool.
Nice.
The best part about them is they have a special navigator window where it's like, it shows like the 1 inch or 2 inches around your brush cursor, and it records your brush cursor as it moves around. So like, they call it the detail view, but it's pretty cool.
Nice. Comic Works.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I really want to get some decent printer paper.
Yeah, there's a specific brand I found. I wish I could remember their name. I think it was Hammer Mill. They might not have them in Japan,
Yeah,
but I'm sure
I
they.
would assume not.
I'm sure they have something similar quality.
Yeah. I think I just need to think about like what kind of paper is it, like how is it pressed, and what's the thickness and all that kind of stuff. I'm assuming like thickness doesn't match smoothness.
Yeah, it can be 20-pound, 30-pound-ish. The smoothness is the tricky part, because I don't know what type of pen you use, but if you're using G pen, you want it to be, you don't want the tooth to be catching if it's not, if it's not thick paper. Like Bristol can be toothy because it's thicker.
Yeah, I've got because I've got G pen and ink and that, but I don't really, because I think that's why I bought the I got like a Bristol sketchbook, so I can practice on it because it's smooth enough. But I don't know if I'm gonna actually use it for comics yet. I kind of want to practice it first and see how it feels. A part of me also wants to keep my current style for comics, so I'll probably try and do it the same way I normally do.
Right.
Which is pens.
Yo, what's up, Yush Pandy? Hope you get better soon. You got the coronavirus? I've been trying to get a bunch of pieces ready for I'm putting together a visual development and character design portfolio. I have a character design portfolio that I've been sending around, but the feedback I've been getting is that it's too big, it's too long. And I was looking at other people's portfolios, and since I come from comics, I'm always thinking in print, but it seems like in the animation industry, everybody's portfolio is set up like a vertical screen, kind of like it's a screen friendly setup and not like a print PDF setup. So I'm trying to convert everything over. So that's part of why I'm working on these characters, is because I like the designs. I just want it to be polished enough to put in a portfolio.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times since I do comics and I'm doing it for myself, I don't push stuff to the professionality that I could, because I just need to draw it well enough to know what the point is, what I'm trying to say. Because with comics, it only matters like how I draw it on the page. Like the sketches and character designs don't really. I'll leave them messy pencils and I won't ink them because I have to spend that time doing the pages.
Right.
But now lately I've been trying to go back and like polish everything up so that it looks like it could fit in an animation pipeline.
Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, it looks really, really good. It looks like proper professional. And I think that it's the style as well. I don't know, like, it reminds me of something. I don't know what it reminds me of. Do you have any inspirations for it?
For this one, these ones, the kids.
For the style. Oh, for the one that you inked. The weird characters.
Oh yeah. Honestly, this is like some primal shit for me. I feel like when I was younger, I used to draw characters like this all the time.
I can tell.
And this setting too. Kind of. The setting where it's just like blank desert.
Yeah.
Something about that, I don't know. I've drawn like, I would draw like comics where it's just the characters. I feel like most of the comics I drew in grade school are just characters in this type of blank desert setting, and they all looked super strange and kind of fatigued. So it's kind of like a full circle thing where like I've gone and I've done all the stylization stuff and like tried to make cool looking characters and make cool stories. And this is kind of like a return to my roots of like, instead of focusing on the cool, kind of focusing on the weird, unusual. Cause like, I don't know if you know, he's literally a dickhead. And this you see it?
Yeah, I see it.
The other guy's face is just like semicolons and commas. So it's just like, I don't know. It's like a not caring aspect that I kind of wanted to get back to. Because I've been trying to take comics so seriously and make it like a career type thing. But I just was remembering back to my childhood. I was like, what if I make a comic where I just don't care?
Yeah.
I feel like that would be more fun for the reader and for me.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
And so these two dudes, their name is Ding and Dong.
Nice.
So Dong is the dickhead, and Ding is the one with the ideas.
Interesting.
And then this middle character is Sleem. He's like the actual. He's like a mastermind type of character.
No, I like it.
And it's like it's a story about prophecy and all type of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, this is what it's all about, though, man. It's like, I always love asking people, like, when you were a kid, like, what did you want to be?
Yeah.
I think when you're a kid, you're closest to, like, what it is that you're supposed to be doing. And as you grow up and the world tells you what you should be doing, you forget about it. Or you think that, it doesn't make enough money, or whatever it is. But when you're a kid, you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like, you're tapped in. So it's good to go back and, okay, this is how far I've come. How can I, like, if my kid self, who had all these ideas, was like nice as hell, like what would they make? And I think that's what the world probably wants to see. That's why kids have ideas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and what kind of got me on that track was I took a road trip, or not that recently, but like the end of last year, took a road trip back to Philadelphia, and I was going through storage. I had all my old sketchbooks and stuff in storage, and then I also was helping my mom move, and I was going through her storage stuff, and there was even older sketchbooks. There's like sketchbooks from fourth grade, third grade in there, and so I saw all the comics I was doing at the time, and I was really surprised at how entertaining they were, and how kind of like they just were a little bit more pure.
Nice. That's the thing, like, kids are pretty fun.
They have that unpredictableness.
Right.
They're not constrained by like everything having to be logical or trying to reason everything, and
Yeah, exactly.
they're more in touch with their immediate emotional reaction. Or if something is
Yeah.
funny, they don't need a reason, they'll just blurt it out.
Right.
They're not gonna stop and think, well, should I say that or would that be offensive?
Yeah. It's like I've been thinking about like recently about like intuition, like what it is and like how it works. And then I saw this video. It seems like it's pretty popular online now. Is a hypnotist and magician guy. Like he's like straight up reading people's minds.
Really?
It's like what David Blaine wished he could do, or like what people think David Blaine is actually doing. Like he's like literally doing it. Like he has like no information. He's just like, tell me, or like think about the school that you went to when you were 10. And we're like, does it begin with this letter? Yeah. Does it end with this letter? Yeah. Is it this? And they're like, yeah. How do you know? And it's like,
So did you know?
but you know, magic. But it's like that's just not magic, bro. It's like you can read. He's reading people's minds. But like,
yeah.
he does it. He hypnotizes people, right? But he actually explains how it works. And like, he says that when you're hypnotizing someone, like he's basically like catching them on like a subconscious level, like when they least expect it. So he'll do this thing where he'll walk up to someone, go in to shake their hand, but instead he'll take their hand and put their own hand in front of their own face. And that's when he starts hypnotizing them, that they just start listening to everything that he's saying, because he's catching them so off guard that their automatic reactions can't protect them. So it's just like he's speaking directly to their subconscious. That's the only thing that's listening. So like he would like explain this stuff.
He's
And, like, he would do
bypassing the
things
consciousness.
Yeah, he would just like straight bypass it, and then he just like tell them things, and then they'll listen to him. But like, it's all dependent on whether the same thing we were talking about before about stories, how you have to like suspend belief to even entertain it. The same way, like you has to ask them, like, do you want to play along?
Right.
Like it's like, do you really want? Are you here to see if you want to be hypnotized, or are you here to prove me wrong? It doesn't work if you're here to prove me wrong. You have to want to do it, because he's saying that when I'm hypnotizing you, I'm not really hypnotizing you. I'm telling you what to do so you hypnotize yourself.
Yeah.
Because you create your reality. I'm just telling you what reality you want to create, and then you will do it. But yeah, he's super interesting.
Yeah, that
But
is
like,
interesting.
I bring it. Yeah, I bring it up because he also talks about like catching people, like he'll ask people to say a word within like 3 seconds. Like he's like limiting them to don't think, just do.
Right.
Because like the stuff that I've heard about like how telepathy works and that kind of stuff is all about like people can talk to their animals. There are people who say like, oh no, I know what my dog's thinking, because they have like this intuitive connection with them. And basically how it works is you need to calm yourself down and stop thinking yourself, and understand that whatever your dog is sending you will appear as your own thought.
Yeah.
So like if you start thinking about food, it's because your dog is telling you, I want food. So it's really your own thoughts.
It's
So sometimes your own thoughts aren't your thought. It's like you're receiving it from somewhere. So it's like, again, where do ideas come from?
Yeah, that's the weird thing about consciousness.
That's where your imagination comes.
We still don't know where our consciousness comes from.
Right.
Like everyone likes to assume that it's tied to our identity and it's part of us. And surely part of it is, but a lot of it is, like you're saying, external. There's frequencies that our consciousness is tuned into that we're not aware of. But most of it, I feel like most of our consciousness is us, like, it's like the iceberg. It's the tip of the iceberg of our subconscious.
Exactly.
And it's just a little part that we're able to be aware of, but there's way more. Just a little voice that we've made to rationalize ourselves and give ourselves identity, but there's way more beneath it that we don't understand.
Yeah. I love the. Have you heard about the split brain experiment?
I think I have. I'm not sure though.
It's like the one. It's like it's a surgery that they give to people who are epileptic. So like they'll split the piece of the brain that connects the right and the left hemisphere,
Really?
and it will stop them from having seizures.
Really?
It also means that their left and the right brain don't communicate well.
Really?
So they'll do this experiment, right, where because the left side of the brain controls the right side of the body and vice versa. So like they'll make sure that only the right eye can see what's happening in this experiment, and then they'll have the right brain try to answer a question based on what it can't see.
Wait a
So
minute.
like the left brain is like the logical one. It's like the one that you think that you are. It's like, oh, I'm smart. I know what I'm doing, when really you don't know shit. But like this experiment really shows you that you really don't know what you're talking about. You're really making lots of shit up. Like,
Right.
Because like the right brain is like it's basically like the quiet, smart one that sees the overall picture and keeps you safe.
That's crazy.
So they'll show the right brain through the left eye. Test, and then they'll say pick one of these. Like they'll show like number 4, maybe like numbers 1 to 4 or something like that, and then they'll have a picture associated with each one.
Yeah, I
and
looked it up.
See. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yo,
like the
that's
left,
insane.
they asked the person, and it's the left brain that speaks. They say, why did you pick this one? Even though the left brain couldn't see it. So it doesn't really know why it picked it. It didn't see the picture.
Right. It's like they have two brains in their head now.
Yeah. But even though it didn't see the picture, it will make up stories about why it picked it. It won't say, I don't know.
Yeah, because
why did you pick it?
That's really like the root of the human condition. Is like we're so desperately searching for answer that we'll make the answer up.
Exactly.
And that's like
hilarious.
that's why we'll suspend our belief to read stories, is because we hope to find an answer or to see some resolution through this fictional world.
Yeah. No, it's crazy experiment.
So I looked it up, and
it's just the excuse is hilarious.
yeah, it's like dream logic or something.
Yeah. I mean, it just sounds like every person that you've ever met. Like because he's just a normal person talking. Like he doesn't sound like he's got anything wrong with him. He's just a guy talking, like he normally does, like full confidence. It's like, oh, it's like, why did you pick this? And it's like, I don't know. Like when I was on the way here, I drove past the church with the bells going on outside. But really, it's because the right brain saw a picture of a trumpet. That's why he picked music.
Yeah. So he yeah, that's crazy.
Literally making shit up, but he believes it.
So it says, when I looked it up, split brain experiments primarily conducted by Roger Sperry and Michael Gonzaniga in 1960s involved studying patients with a severed corpus callosum.
That's the one, yeah.
That sounds exactly like the comic I'm working on right now.
Oh, for real.
The comic's title is
Oh, yeah, oh my god,
Corpus
it does.
Coliseum, and then we're talking about severed corpus callosums. I don't know if that's how you pronounce
This
it.
is this. Yeah, Corpus Callosum or something like that. Yeah, that's the universe right there.
Yeah, that's some shit.
So
Corpus
was it Corpus
callosum.
Coliseum?
It's the largest, because a big theme in the story is, um, like the degradation of our mental capacities. Because like as you can kind of tell by how the characters look, they're not the brightest, and there's no dialogue on this page, but the dialect that people speak in this world is like, it's like stupid English. Like they don't speak properly. They don't know how to speak well anymore.
Right. That's hilarious.
So the corpus callosum is the largest white matter structure in the human brain, comprising 200 to 300 million axonal projections that connect the left and right cerebral hemispheres. Okay, so that's like the part that connects your two hemispheres.
Yeah.
Dang. So that I kind of, dang, you put me on to like a double entendre for my title, kind of.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's sick. How did you even come up with the title in the first place?
Well, the original concept was just it's like a tournament battle arc story where it's like some corporate games where in this dystopic future, corporations have destroyed the planet and they run everything, and one of the few forms of entertainment left is like some gladiator coliseum shit that the corporations have put together. Where they use, and this is also it's the one of the last forms of entertainment and distraction to keep like the few people that are left placated and sedated, but it's also the purpose for these corporations to keep finding technology and research, because they use the new tech in combatants. All of their new technology is now used to make soldiers and fighters that can win win the games at the Corpus Coliseum. And the corporations have created a whole mythology that they've spread around the planet to make people believe that the only way into like some type of afterlife place is through fighting in the Coliseum and either dying in battle or reaching the top level. So it's just Latin for corporate Coliseum, which is kind of just another way of saying the rat race or whatever, however you want to put it.
That's crazy.
But corpus just means a body in Latin.
A body.
So yeah. So,
but you see what I'm saying? Like, where do ideas come from, bro? It's like,
yeah, they don't. We like to think they come from us, but I think we pull them from somewhere else, man.
Yeah. It's like on some level, like some part of you or some information that you got like knew that was a double entendre, because like you're already writing about like in the story like the characters. It's like
Yeah.
literally what your characters are doing.
Yeah, they yeah, I didn't even like, I don't know, a lot of times I have trouble coming up with the title, or I think about it too much, but somehow that title came to me. And at first it was just going to be like a parody tournament arc where the story just started straight at the beginning of the tournament arc. But now the story is it's starting in the wasteland, and it's going to start, the main character is like a character who is from a different time period, and he's brought through some magical ceremony type shit. So it's kind of like an isekai type thing where he's from our era, our modern day. He comes from like 2026 or whatever, and he's transported to this like Mad Max world, and he's supposed to be this hero guy, but all he's just like a dude who plays video games all the time and like works a part-time job type shit.
Right.
And it's so it's kind of like a bunch of genres. It's like an isekai. He's a superhero in this world, and it's a dystopian world, but it's only set like 10 years in the future. It's not that far in the future. So that's like
Right.
that's like one of the big like plot holes or questions that the audience is supposed to have is like, how did it get this
What
bad
happened?
so fast? It's like 2036 or something, or maybe even like 2030.
Yeah. No, I've been thinking about like, I think my first idea when I decided, like, when I realized I wanted to make comics, my first thought was dystopian. And like I've noticed a lot of people as well also want to make dystopian stuff because of what's happening these days, people can feel like this ain't gonna last that long. It's like
But yeah,
I saw you comment on your TikTok about the end of the world. Someone was like, "Oh, what do you mean the end of the world?"
it's
not-
gonna
not
happen
fair.
eventually. Yeah, I hope it's not in my lifetime, but it could be.
Yeah, I think my thing is that I think end of the world has a different meaning to me.
Yeah,
I think it's the end of the world that we know, and that's gonna be like you know how like people like they take drugs and they'll have like an ego there, and they feel like they're actually dying,
yeah,
even though they're not really dying. It's like you're just disidentifying with your personality.
yeah.
But like I think it's just gonna be like the same kind of thing. It's like the world's gonna be fine, but like your way of life's gonna be so different. You're gonna feel like the world's ending.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the status quo.
The status quo, yeah, and you can already feel it, like all the Epstein stuff. Sorry to say that on the stream. I don't know if that's good on the stream.
I don't care, dude.
But like
I'm
that
already
guy,
suppressed on the algorithm. That's one thing I really
Yeah,
hate about YouTube is the censorship. Everyone is so censored.
yeah, no, but like all that stuff,
Yo,
the
sup,
fact that it's all
Marco?
coming out. So
Yeah, the
fact that
veil
it's
is
all coming out
being
now, I'm
moved.
yeah, like there's is like back in the day you could say, oh no, that's a conspiracy. You can't say that shit no more. Like anything's possible at this point.
Yeah, they're all
if-
being proven true.
Yeah. It's like if you're still saying, "Oh no, that's just a conspiracy," and you're just being ignorant. You're doing a corpus callosum thing.
Yeah,
It's like no.
you need to reconnect your hemispheres. Split brain. Yo, thanks for putting me on to that. I'm about to be researching that shit all night, dude. The split brain
Yeah.
experiments.
That's just crazy. It really makes you question, like yourself. If you're I don't know how to even put it, but like I'm sure some people are like, "Ha, you get people are stupid," but like no, that means YouTuber.
Yeah.
That's everybody. That's how the brain works. Like it just protects itself like mentally all the time. It won't let you be wrong. It's like now, like I love being wrong now.
That's how you learn.
Exactly. Ever since my LSD thing, like, and I realized how dumb I am. But it was hilarious to me how dumb I am. It's like, wow, I'm like ignorant as fuck. Even though I thought I was like the most open-minded person, like in my group. It's like, wow, I'm really just like everybody else.
There's a movie called Corpus Callosum, a 2002 experimental Canadian film. It looks
Interesting.
trippy as hell. It looks ridiculous, to be honest.
Corpus callosum.
This shit looks like a trip. I kind of want to watch it on stream.
Oh shit, that's like crazy.
You see pictures of it?
Yeah. I was thinking, do I have to watch a video to see how crazy it is? Nope, the pictures are good enough.
I wonder. Have you ever seen the movie Mind Games? It's an anime.
I don't think so. Is that I've heard of it. Is that Shinichiro Watanabe?
I
That's
think
the. I
so.
think he directed it or something.
Yeah, I think so. Did he do
The Samurai Champloo guy.
uh I don't think it was him
Is that the right
actually.
one? Mind Games. No, I don't think it's not, maybe it's
It
not
was the
Mind
guy
Games.
who
Something
did
else.
ping pong. You ever seen that ping
Ah,
pong
yeah, yeah, yeah,
anime?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Masaki Yusa.
Hmm.
He did
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. This one. Yeah,
he does like a lot of he has an experimental style. But
yeah.
there's this like the opening sequence in there is kind of like it's like an acid trip. It's kind of like an animated version of a ego death. But the main character actually dies, and he like goes to heaven and talks to God, and he's like pleading to get his life back and stuff. And he has to
Mm.
like replay the moment he died over and over again in front of God.
Right. Oh, it seems like Watanabe did work on it. He worked on the music.
Oh, he did. Yeah, the
Yeah.
music was lit. I have a clip
Mm.
from it in the intro for some of my videos. I feel
Ah,
like
okay.
you'd like that movie though. It talks a lot about it's like it's just got a bunch of deep themes and
Mm.
it's kind of all over the place. It's like
Yeah.
it's kind of like a dream fever dream type thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I will like it. Like I like what's it? Is it Satoshi Kon, the guy who made Paprika and
Yeah, and Agent
Paranoia
Paranoia.
Agent?
Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
goaded.
like I like that back in the day. I feel like I need to watch those again, like in hindsight. Now, like with the way
Yeah.
I think now, I need to watch those again.
Paprika's lit. Um uh I think there's a comic. The comic for Paprika is lit.
Oh, really?
I'm not sure if it's Paprika or a different one. I think it is Paprika. Yeah. So there's a manga version of Paprika that came out first, and it's way
Mm.
deeper because it's not just dreams. It's like it's about the author. It's just so many fourth wall breaks. It's about the author of a comic, and he like goes into
Mm.
his comic world.
Mm.
I feel like it's not Paprika though, because the plot was so different.
Yeah, they're probably just like if it came out first, it's probably them shrinking it down like Akira for it
No,
to be movie
it was called Opus. It was called Opus.
opus.
So it was kind of similar themes where like he would go into his comic world and come out of his comic world,
Okay.
but it yeah, it had like a female lead that was kind of similar to the character in Paprika.
Hmm. No, it looks good. I'll probably check it out. Opus.
But yeah, that one has like all the themes of like we're talking about imagination and
Mm.
creativity.
Right.
And you know how manga artists are. They're always stressed as hell, smoking cigarettes, and the editor's up their
Yeah, yeah,
ass.
yeah. Right.
So he's like stressing with that, and then also trying to solve crimes in his own story that he's drawing. It's like
Right.
it's a trip because the way he does the fourth wall breaks are crazy because you're reading a comic about a guy who's making a comic, and so sometimes like
Mm.
the way the panel borders they just break down and it ends up like oh you just gotta read it, man. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's one of those comics
No,
where there's nothing
yeah,
else like it.
yeah. No, it reminds me of how I felt reading Ultra Heaven. I think I told you about it last time. If I
Yeah,
didn't, I should have.
yeah. Ultra Heaven is like a similar experience. Ultra
Yeah,
Heaven's
have you
even
read it?
more trippy. Yeah, bro.
Oh shit.
They just printed it in English. There's this publisher that just started printing it. Cause for a
Hmm.
minute it wasn't really printed in English. Like you would have to get like online translations.
Yeah. That's fine. I never met anyone who like knows what Ultra Heaven is.
Yeah,
I
that's
met one guy when I was back in the UK, and the
that's
whole time you knew it.
yeah, it's so niche. It's hella
It's
niche.
so niche.
That's why I've been.
But that shit makes me feel like I'm tripping, bro. Like actually.
Yeah, I read that journal before I ever did any hallucinogens, and so
How long before?
I don't know, probably years before, because I read that in high school.
Okay.
When I was in high
Damn, you were
school,
like really locked in. Man.
yeah, when I was in high school, my I had a thing where I got in trouble and I had to get rid of my whole comic collection. And at the time, it was all superhero comics and like
Yeah.
Avengers stuff. I had signed books, so then I had to fill that hole somehow. So I started binge reading manga. Like it was like a deep phase where I was just every night instead of sleeping, I would just binge read manga
Yeah.
and
I used
just
to do
be
that too.
scouring the internet. I read Hajime no Ippo. I read like so many different manga. And there was just like there's that rush when you find a good manga after like
Yeah.
scrubbing through a bunch of shitty ones for the whole night, and you find
Yeah.
that one sleeper. Like Ultra Heaven is one of those sleepers. It's like, how come
Yeah.
people aren't talking about this shit?
It's crazy. It's a fucking masterpiece, and no one knows it. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah, I put my one
And
homie
like the.
onto it who's like
Mm,
he's like an acid head. Like he's always trying to trip and stuff. He's like
mm,
he'll do acid and like go to concerts or go to work or something.
mm-hmm.
And he loved it too.
Yeah. I'm the same as you. Like, I read it before I took anything. Like in my case, it was like 2 months before.
Okay.
Like I didn't even know that I could take drugs in Japan.
Right.
Like I wasn't expecting to. I wasn't planning to. I just found it because I was curious about psychedelics in general. And I was like, I wonder if there's like, because like drugs are crazy illegal in Japan. I was like, I wonder if there are any Japanese comic artists talking about psychedelics, and that's how I found it. And then a couple months later, my Japanese friend's like, "Oh, I got some LSD. Do you want to try some?" I was like, "What?" And
That's what's
what's
up.
crazy is, I read it, I took the drugs, and I didn't forget about it, but I didn't because I hadn't gone back and read it. I didn't compare my experience. I just kind of went forward and I did all my research and whatever.
Mm.
And then I moved into this new place a few months ago. I bought the books.
You have
Like I found
them.
them online.
You have them in
Yeah, I have them.
English.
No, Japanese.
Yeah.
I found them on like what like the equivalent of like Japanese eBay. Like I bought it on there.
Yeah.
I couldn't find it in shops. But like I managed to get them and I read them again and it the scenes that were trippy before were like doubly trippy because I feel like I'm reading about myself.
Yeah. Or something you've been through.
Like yeah, it feels like it prepped me for my trip and then it made me trip after the trip. And it kind of put me back in a state of like it was weird. Because there's that one scene where the old guy in the park gives him Ultra Heaven,
Yeah.
and then he's tripping out, and he doesn't know when he's leaving the trip yet. He feels like he's out of it, and then he's still in it, and that thing tripped me out in
Summer
general.
Wars. Flo is
And then,
recommending a anime movie, Summer Wars.
oh yeah, Summer Wars is good. Yeah,
You've
yeah,
seen
yeah.
that?
Movie.
I've never seen
Yeah, so
that.
I saw it back in the day. I saw it on Xbox 360 back when they were doing movies, and I was like, oh, you can watch anime on Xbox? That's sick. I watched it back then.
So here's they just started publishing Ultra Heaven in English. If you also want an English copy,
Sick.
they literally have it on at Walmart now.
Oh shit. When I read Ultra Heaven, right, I only read it like 2023. And when I read it, it felt like, because like it's so ahead of its time. It feels like if this was made right now, it would be a big deal.
Yeah.
Like because it was made back then, like people weren't really on that stuff back then. Like he's like way ahead of his time. The stuff that he's talking about there, like the way the scientist talks about the world, it's
Yeah.
like way ahead of his time.
And the problems that
Like,
people are having in society,
yep.
like the way people are ODing, the way people would plan out to overdose, and there's that one scene where the dude like he chose his to do it in the bathroom because he knew people would come in and they would save him at this specific time, and he'd be able to get closest to death without dying, which is kind of like
Yeah.
makes him his high even better. It kind of
Right.
reminds me of like all the fentanyl stuff going on in the States, and like I don't know. I would always think
Yeah.
about that comic when, because I lived in Kensington for a couple years, and the drug scene is like fentanyl is really bad over there. Like it's like a zombie land. Like you go outside and you just see people strung out.
Uh,
But
yeah.
they once they get that hit, they have that moment of like ecstasy of bliss. I don't know.
Yeah. I was telling my friend about Ultra Heaven, and she was like, it doesn't mean that he's done drugs. Like he's probably like he could have done lots of research. Japanese people like do a lot of research, and I'm like, yeah, that's true. And I looked it up, and he was like, I've done all the drugs. It's like, yeah,
Of course.
I think he said the only one I never did was cocaine.
Yeah, because when this book came out, they probably didn't have that many forums where people were like recounting their trips and stuff.
Exactly. Yeah, it was like 2002 or something that came out.
But this was one of the books that, like, when I was younger, I was like, all right, when I get old enough, I'm gonna start a publishing company and I'm gonna publish this for a Western audience. And someone just
I think it's
started
an important.
publishing it. They just started like last
Yeah,
year publishing it in English. They had it in
that's
French
crazy.
for a while, but it was hard to find French copies.
Yeah.
It was mainly just Japanese copies that you could get. There's another manga that I haven't been able to find that was a similar experience to Ultra Heaven, but it wasn't based in reality, but it was a family who were really poor, and they were out on the street doing little dances to make money so people could throw money in their hat, and they all wore bunny costumes. It was a whole family. It was like a mom and a boy and his sister or something. They wore bunny
Yeah.
costumes, and then they fell into like this sewer world where they were on like a ship. There's no point in me even explaining it because the plot was so preposterous. I just have to find the title of it. I don't even know, but it's another one that needs to be published in English because it was like some Ponyo shit, but it was way more obscure
Right.
and jarring.
Interesting.
I had it on Manga
Yeah.
Fox. Did you ever read stuff on Manga Fox?
Yeah. I had there was this app. I think it used to like collate lots of different websites. I think it was Manga Rock.
Manga Rock, yeah. Then
Yeah. And I used to do the same thing. I used to just scroll and just like drop on like a random one. This one looks interesting. It was just by the name. And I'll just start reading it. I'll just find lots of cool shit that way.
Yeah, I had all my lists in there, like the list of all the manga, but then they got like hit with the copyright thing or something, and I lost like a lot of the titles got deleted.
Yeah. No, it's crazy that like Ultra Heaven's getting translated now.
Yeah, it's about
That it's
damn
getting
time.
published. Yeah, because when I read it, I felt like one of the reasons why I think that reading it was one of the things that made me want to make comics
Yeah,
because he is clearly like making the shit because he loves it and he's got lots of things that he wants to share with people, like ideas and whatever. But he didn't blow up. But he's still having an impact on me, which means that it doesn't really matter if I reach people now. Someone will find you 20 years later, bro,
yeah,
and blow it up. So like, as long as it's saying something real, it might not be for now. It will be for later. It's like it will blow up eventually. You could be dead, and people will pick it up when it's time. He was just like 20 years too early.
yeah. That's how it goes. That's why as an artist, you can't get caught up with the timeline. You gotta just
Yeah,
put it out there,
yeah.
and
It's like we were saying before about um, making good art is all about being different and standing out and saying something that no one else is saying. which is basically the same thing as saying being ahead of the curve. It's like people pay attention to the thing that's, wow, I've never seen that done before.
Yeah. I feel like this manga that I was saying is I'm never gonna find it because the plot is so ridiculous that I can't even describe it like to search it up or.
Mm. I can search it in Japanese. Maybe there's more Japanese people talking about the plot.
I guess to search in Japanese it would be like family dressed as bunnies,
Mm.
poor family dressed as bunnies, like manga about poor family dressed as bunnies.
Mm.
It's older. It probably came out in like early 2000s, maybe in the 90s.
Okay.
And then there was a fish princess.
Fish Princess. Manga. Poor Fish Princess. Yeah.
I don't know,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. I'll try and find it.
I don't know.
Like around when was it made? Do you know?
If I had to say a year, I'd say 99.
Mm.
And it was kind of like an alternative style, kind of similar to that guy Masaka
Like the
Yuso, where it's
like the
like
ping
kind
pong
of
guy.
shaky, yeah, like kind of shaky line
Mm.
work. But the
Right.
inking was clean still, but it wasn't as like crisp as like most manga is that we.
Right.
I probably, you know what? I might have a screenshot of it like in my iCloud somewhere far.
Mm. That's true. If you find it, you can like do a Google or something.
It's the it's been bothering me for a long time. Cause
Yeah. Other than once.
you know how it is.
Yeah. I did a stream before. You're the one you joined a little bit. And I was talking to someone about like uh the same thing, like looking for things that you saw ages ago and trying to find it. I remember there was one was when I went to Jamaica and on TV, I think they were playing it's probably like American TV. And I later found out what it was. It was a Samurai X or like Rurouni Kenshin.
Mm-hmm.
But like the main character wasn't in the scene, but it was this crazy fight scene. And me and my cousin were like, "What is this?" We're like 7, 8 years old. Like, what is this? Like Dragon Ball Z was. I think was Dragon Ball Z even out at that point? I don't think so. Maybe.
What? When was it?
Like I I would have been. I'm sorry. 8, 25 years ago. So that's what.
Uh, I think so.
Is that 1999 or something?
Yeah. I don't know if the anime was out, but the manga was probably out. It might not have been. It wasn't big in America yet. It didn't. I don't think it was getting big in America till like 99, 2000. I don't really
What do
know
you mean,
though.
Rurouni Kenshin?
Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, Dragon Ball Z. Oh, that's true. 99 Dragon Ball Z was out, I think. At least in, like, I feel like it must have been out. Maybe around the same time.
Yeah, because there's too many manga. There's so many.
Yeah.
I'm about to grab some coffee.
Sorry.
Yo, I found it.
You did?
Well, I found a Reddit post about it.
Oh shit.
Ryuguden Castle of the Dragon. Let's go. Fuck, man, I've been looking for this shit forever. Someone posted on Reddit and they tried to describe the exact story. Hey y'all, I'm looking for
Oh
a
shit.
manga I read a while ago, probably sometime around 2009. Two kids dressed as a bunny for a street show. They get invited on a train that goes into the sea. The train leads to a palace under the sea, which is some sort of brothel for rich men. The women are sea creatures that have fake ears and masks for their gills. Yeah, that's crazy. Hold on, I gotta pull this up.
Sick. Yeah, I just found it myself. Yeah, the style does it kind of reminds me of like something that you would make.
Yeah, this was a formative comic for me. This one kind of hit me hard, kind of like even more so than Ultra Heaven, because it was just so weird, and I could totally tell that the dude was just doing his own thing.
Yeah.
And they're like, it's not really a story for kids, but it's like it's a story about kids.
Right.
Damn.
How old are you when you read it?
I was probably it was probably my sophomore year in high school.
What's that? I don't understand. Like America, that's
Oh,
like the sophomore thing in America.
that's like 15, 16.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's 10th grade. Yo, that's
Nice,
so
sick. It
crazy.
feels really good when you find it, right?
Yeah, bro, I just got such a rush. I thought this shit was lost forever.
Yeah. I remember there was one thing I was trying to find before as well. When I cried when I found it, I was like, damn. I think it was just like the nostalgia of it, like hit me hard.
Yeah, I gotta get off stream for real, for real. I'm gonna have to read this and have a little moment.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Of course. Feel free.
Let me check the stats. I got so many tabs open right now, I can't even find anything. Have you
I had to close like 10 times right now and it's still looking a little bit messy.
have you been streaming on TikTok?
Not since the last one that you were on. I was thinking
Okay.
about doing something this weekend, but yesterday I was busy.
Yeah, it looks like
I might do it today.
I saw a thing that looks like they updated their like TikTok studio thing for live streaming.
Oh, really?
I don't know if they did that before you started streaming, but when I was trying to stream, it was a pain to use TikTok Studio because it would like crash and there was other problems with it. But it looks like they revamped it and they updated a bunch of stuff, so maybe it'll work. I was thinking about trying to do a TikTok stream, like a desktop stream soon.
Mm, yeah. I think when I did it first time, it was completely fine. And then the second time, I thought, let me try and do like I'll do like an OBS YouTube thing and this at the same time. I was like, let me see if it's just possible for me to do it. And then it was like freezing heavy.
I tried to stream on both at the same time.
Yeah. But then even when I closed down OBS and I stopped the YouTube stream, it was still like my computer was stupid slow. I had to like
Yeah.
restart my computer.
I think
But I don't know if that's before or after. Right now it's downloading something,
okay.
so maybe it is really new.
My problem was that It was when I was traveling, so I was doing like laptop. I had my laptop and then my tablet,
Hmm.
and so I was trying to do the gamer setup where they have a setup where you can do a screen capture from your tablet as if you're gaming
Mm-hmm.
on your tablet,
Right.
and so I would do Clip Studio on there, and then in the TikTok Studio I'll add my webcam and whatnot. But it didn't work
Yeah.
that way. But if you're drawing like right on your desktop or on
Yeah.
your Surface or whatever, it probably
Hmm.
it doesn't have that same problem.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. 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 It
uh,
seems like the update you're saying. I just got it. Hopefully, it doesn't do that freezing thing on me again.
all right. Well, I'm about to get off stream, but if
Yeah,
you want
man.
to stream on TikTok sometime, just let me know.
Yeah, man.
Shoot me a message on there.
Yeah, we'll do.
All right, bro.
Cool.
Have a
Cool.
good morning. I guess is it morning over there?
Afternoon. It's like 5
Afternoon.
p.m.
Oh,
Almost
okay.
5 p.m.
Gotcha. All right. Well, have a good evening.
Yeah, man. Cool. Peace, man.
Everybody, peace. Everybody, stay up, stay creative.
Klar, man. Peace, people. Oh,